Is this the channel? There's no way. No way. This was the channel the whole time. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me, right? Hello? Hello? Bro, it was there the whole time, but it was like it didn't have my profile picture on it. I just pressed go live. I was like, I don't know what YouTube channel I'm about to stream to. Where's Bullet Warning? I gotta get him back. There's no shot, dude. Why would it not have my profile picture on it? Yes, Flash. You can't hear me. Shut up. Dude, I just spent like an hour like searching the internet and like pulling my hair out because I was like switching from my Just Harrison account. Do I look washed out? Why do I look like I'm like real pale? I'm like changing my Elgato light. I don't want to look like this. Like, woo, whoa. Now I look like a ghost. It's my camera. My camera's like changing its white balance. It's like adjusting itself. No, I have to mess with that so that doesn't happen. Yes, a ghost. Uh-oh. We're about to get busted up in here. Dude, I don't feel stupid. It's like not my fault. So when I was logging in to Streamlabs, um, on this account that was gonna stream to this new channel, it didn't have a profile picture and it like wasn't giving me any information. And I was like, what account is this? Like I cannot believe I just hit go live. I was like, let's just go live. And it wasn't taking my feed. It wasn't showing my, because usually, actually, maybe it never does. I don't actually ever pay attention to that. So maybe it never does. But it tells me like, oh dude, that's so funny. Okay, well I got it. I got it working, and I don't know why it's not showing my profile picture, which is totally ruined the like 100 viewers that I had that I was gonna actually try and do this with. Let me do, and now it's time for lunch too. Let me do an announcement. I got it to work on my new channel. Join here. I'm still so confused on why it didn't have my profile picture when I was signing in, which is what freaked me out. And I was like, that's not my account. Okay. 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 Man, I sound good on this mic. I love this mic. Man, I sound good on this mic. I love this mic. Man, I sound. Now there's an echo. Oh no, I know. Hold on, I gotta shut my door. What are you doing? All right, everybody, hit the like button. I mean, we got 32 people here, which is actually pretty great for a channel that only has 1,000 subs. Dude, I can't believe I'm already almost at 2,000 subs. All right, we are. You should announce the stream in your Discord server. I just did. But I need to message someone that was waiting to see the cats, because now that I'm here, I'm gonna get the cats. And I have no thumbnail for this. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to feel about that, because it was sitting right there the whole time, but it like freaked me out because it didn't have my profile picture, and I just wasn't sure what channel that was. I guess I could have just hit go live on it. And it was also weird that it was just set up differently, because I usually set up the live stream first before I go live, and so like it has a thumbnail ready and a description ready, but because I had never done a live stream, how would I even do that? Now I'm confused. Is like, if I never had a live stream, how would I are we still rating? Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah, why not? This is so weird. Hey, 42 viewers. Thank you guys for showing up. I want to see how many public view hours I can get. If I stream for a couple hours, how many view hours am I going to get from 50 viewers? Or I was hoping for 100 viewers, but whatever. We'll get more. I might do a live stream every day and try to make a video every day, cuz I got to get like monetized like ASAP. So let me see. I was going to. Now I'm just doing a little research. Everybody liked this stream, by the way. I'll delete that later. I'm trying to see, like, how do you... Yo, Bullet. Okay, good. This is awesome. Like, everybody's the same now. This is a true situation of equality, because nobody is members. Nobody has icons. There's no mods. I need mods. I need mods for this channel. Who wants to be a mod? Everybody in here gets to be a mod. You're all here on my first stream, so you can all be a mod. All right. I don't trust half of you. I know, yeah, exactly. No, anime. I don't trust any of you to have mod powers. But I can do, just for this one stream, I'll give everybody mod, and just don't ban each don't ban each other. Mods, make them go to therapy. Yes. Banish everybody in here to therapy. No, I know it's a bad idea. I know you're all trusted. You're all trusted. But I know how power goes to some people's heads. All right, look at this guy back here. He got too powerful, and look what happened to him. His like has no muscles or organs or flesh anymore. All right, I don't want that to happen to y'all. I'm trying to protect you by not having you get too much power. I don't know how you set up a live stream when you've never done a live stream before. This is crazy. I'm literally like, my brain cannot think in these terms. Like, I always go to my last live stream, and then there's an option to do it. To like do more live streams. Analytics, dashboard. Dashboard. Comments. There's no like live. Do you know, Bullet or Flash or any other YouTubers in here? Like, how do you set up a live stream? How do you guys set up your live streams? Yo, Brandon, dude, it took me a while to figure out that I had the answer right in front of me the whole time. Stream key, but like, let's say like I'm on my YouTube channel, like I'm on this channel. I've never done a live stream. Where do you go to like set up a live stream? Because what I do on my other channel is I just click on the live stream that I did last, and I click like I have to look at it to remind myself. It's like analytics or something, and it puts me into like a special live stream section of my channel, and I just go from there to like the schedule. So I click on the live stream. I press. Oh, I can't do it now. Well, now that I have two accounts, it's getting confusing because I have to keep switching back and forth. I go to edit video. I click edit video, and it takes me into YouTube Studio. And then I press back out of my video. How do you get in? No. What? That isn't right. Oh, I don't press edit video. I do press analytics. Dude, I'm taking a trip down memory lane. It's amazing what you forget in a year, right? It's like I didn't speak this language for a year, and it's just totally gone from my brain. I've replaced that information. All right? I have new information that took its spot. Dude, my mom's cat is going crazy over there. Okay, I'm in... Yeah, so I go to analytics, and I go in, and I'm in like a special live stream area. It's like a streaming manage. I don't know. How do you get to that? No, I don't think it's a problem now because I got a live stream going. But I couldn't set up the live stream ahead of time because you know when you do a live stream, before you press live in Streamlabs, you set it up in YouTube, and like this is how I do it. I add my thumbnail, I schedule a time, like I get it ready in YouTube, and then in Streamlabs, when I get ready to go and I hit go live, I select that specific live stream, and it like loads all my stuff in. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, I don't want to show my stream because I might show sensitive information that I'm worried about giving. I guess there's really, as long as it's not like a password or something, I guess it's not a big deal. Yeah, I use regular OBS and schedule via YouTube and use StreamKey and it just works. Yeah, but like what if you don't schedule how do you schedule via YouTube is my question. What's up, March? What's up, everybody? First of all, thanks for coming out. We are going to play some TDS, and there's not very many people here. So it should hopefully go well. I do have a beard. Oh, I can send you a link if you want. I get, what's it a link to? Is it a link to like a YouTube help page for like how to set it up and how to go live? What's up, Ali Petunia? That's a cool name. To schedule? Yeah, send me a link. Let me look at it. Send it to me right now. What's up, Festive? Dude, I was like pulling my hair out for an hour. Like, where is this channel? And it was like right in front of me, but it just didn't have my profile picture on it. Like my Just Harrison channel, when I go log in on Streamlabs, has my googly-eyed profile picture. But this one didn't have my, bearded profile picture. And so I was like, what is this? And I was like, I'll just hit go live on this random account. And it went to my channel and it went live. You had to pin it. It's a link to steal your info. Is he key logging me? Is he doxing me? Yo, what's up, Murray Lonat? Well, TDS is not being played. I'm doing some programming for university. Nice. What's up, person? 1534. Welcome to my first stream, everybody. He's fishing me. Good. I love fish. Wait, do I have all my things here? Oh, no, I don't have any. I don't have my Stream Deck set up on this account. All right, see ya. Sideal. Your Real Max. Catfish. Hey, Harry, why did you decide to stop playing Roblox? I took a year off to go to therapy and heal my inner pain. And, yeah, I read some books, and now I'm going to make videos about that. Dude, is Angela here? Did you come back? My mom's cat is going crazy, and I'm worried she's messing with the cables over there. Okay, all right, Jordan, I see your DM. So that's how you like get in to set up your live stream. You don't like go to YouTube and click on something. You actually like copy and paste that into your browser every time, and it just takes you to the page. Because that's my question is, if I've never live streamed before, right? Well, how do you do that? Like, if you've never live streamed before, how do you get into that page? Because now I'm going to be getting into this live streaming thing by going through this live stream, which I guess doesn't matter. I can just delete the live stream and no one will ever know. Had to make a bookmark for it. Okay, see, it makes me feel a little bit better that it's like that complicated, because I was like, dude, I cannot figure this out. I have no idea. And I'm like looking around on YouTube, on Studio. I mean, I got a live going, right? Like, I don't know if you were in there for my terrible live that I just did. I know Bullet was. And I got a live going, but it was through YouTube. It wasn't through Slobs or OBS. It was just through YouTube, and it had no camera, even though it had permission for my camera. No camera, no mic. It had the mic. It had the mic on the camera, which sounded terrible. But I couldn't get into what I'm in now. Like, I'm in a special live streaming section of the studio. And I don't even remember how I was able to go live just now. I have to go back and look at all that. I mean, I'm kind of curious, but I kind of don't care. How did I go live on YouTube without the streaming software? Because it let me set up a thumbnail. I just went to my other live stream that I just did, and dude, my mom's cat is going crazy. And I just took a screen cap of the thumbnail from the video from my other channel. I saw Bullet making fun of it, which I will not forget anytime soon. Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do Roblox. I don't know. I'm kind of embarrassed that it took me so long to figure this out, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because I don't ever have to figure it out again because I can just get to my live if I'm going to set up a live for this first video that I made. All right. Okay. Do TDX now. We're gonna do some TDS. We did TDX, and I didn't really like it. But I haven't really played it. I have no towers for it. I have like 2 towers, so it's understandable that I wouldn't really like it. I can get the music going again. Oh. Let me know how the music sounds. Oh, it says that... Yeah, I have all of my stuff. I have all my scene stuff. Bullet, were you answering my questions when I was asking Jordan? Sorry, I'm trying to log into YouTube on Slobs again. Oh, it actually let me log in. Hi, chat. So again, let me chat in there. Yeah, it did. Okay. Okay, I'm reading chat again now. I'm gonna close some of this random stuff that I have open. Close that. All right, we got 54 viewers. This is our peak. Keep watching, guys. You're helping me get public view hours by watching right now. It's funny that I think that the it changed my category to gaming. I tried to have my category on news, and it was like, no, this is not news. It probably uses AI to like pick up terms like Roblox or Fortnite and then change your stuff. Foiled again. Oh no, I didn't mean to close that. How do I get back to it? Dude, I'm literally... Yes, I'm learning as I go. Okay, I'm gonna leave this open. Okay. I'm gonna go into Roblox here, but I want to pull Roblox over here. So Roblox, so I changed my name on Roblox, by the way, guys. Just Harrison YT is gone forever. You said you were gonna give mod. I know I'm not giving a bunch of random people mod. I was just joking. Yeah, we don't need mods right at this moment. What's up, everybody? Hey, good to see you, man. So good to be back. This is crazy. I can't believe like it's been a year and I'm like getting right back into it. And I have 54 viewers on my new channel. This is awesome. This is what I want. Hopefully I can get monetized here quickly. That would be crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm not stupid. Okay, nobody thinks you're stupid. I still see you as just Harrison YT. You cannot change that. You're always gonna see me that way. That's fine. How much Robux do I have to give you for you to change your brain? Yo, what's up, Chooksy? I miss you too. Welcome back. Monster Plays. How's it going? No, yeah, I had no cooldown. I was like, I don't need a cooldown in this chat. This is like, you know, this is gonna be like the dedicated hardcore Harry fans. They're not gonna go crazy. They're not gonna need a cooldown. They're gonna be respectful. This is gonna be. These people don't need moderators. They don't need control. They don't need to be put in time out. They don't need any punishment. They're gonna behave. But anyway, yes, I love reading everybody's names. I gotta get back to it. Typical, Drake Doggy, Pogwater, 9B8, 6D8, Atomic, Christy, Bullet. I feel so poor without membership. I know, we gotta get monetized, bro. We gotta get monetized. Did you answer any of my questions, Bullet? Sorry, your messages weren't sticking out because you didn't have a membership. You were the same color. You're like a peasant. You're gray like everyone else. How do you go live? Do you do it like Jordan does, where you like copy and paste a link or say you have it saved? Or do you go to your YouTube and somehow get to the live? I know, Monster. Hey, this is all about equality here, okay? This is the egalitarian society. How about giving the fish? You give me the fish, we'll change your brain. Is that what you're saying? Give me $10 so I can buy engineer. Okay. Here's $10. You got to grab it. Here's my phone. You grab it through the screen, and then you can sell it for $10. You work at McDonald's? I worked at Chick-fil-A for 6 months when I was 19. I loved it. It was great. I love working at fast food. How good does my voice sound from this mic? Does it sound good? I feel like it does. I love this mic. I love this mic more than the Rode Podcaster I was using. It does sound amazing, right? This is a $500 microphone. And it's even got like these little buttons on switches on the back to like adjust your boosting, like your decibel boosting, or I think that's what it's called. And look at how ridiculous this looks. The beard is the headset is like squishing the beard. So much clearer. It's just like crisp, and it's like just, yeah, really just what I wanted, dude. It's so important to have clear audio, especially when you have such an amazing voice like mine. Turn it up to max. This thing, I actually have it adjusted to take some of the bass out. To me, it sounds so bassy, it's almost like you're underwater. Like you can't hear, it's like muffled. So I saw Bullet said something up there. Let me scroll up. What's up, Jad Memes? Don't you just change the stream key and stream services from Twitch to... I was logging in. You log in to YouTube because you can log into both. And when you log into YouTube, it lists all your accounts and you choose which one you want to live stream from. And I didn't think it had my new account on there because it didn't have the name Harrison with a profile pic. And so it was just a blank profile pic. And I was like, but it had the Just Harrison account with my profile pic with the googly eyes. And so I was like, what is this account here? This is like a random account. And that's what I thought. It was a random account, maybe like an old account, like a alt account I had that I hadn't used in a while. And so it was just because I didn't have, oh, thank you, Flash. I do sound amazing, don't I? You don't need to bust my ghost, all right? This guy back here, he got busted by Flash's Ghostbuster squad. Yeah, and so I just didn't think that was it. And I kept messing around, like thinking that it hadn't loaded yet or something. And I just finally was like, I'm just going to press go live and see what happens. And it went live on this account. So, yeah, it's working, whatever. But I still want to see. I open YouTube Studio, press an icon that lets you schedule live streams, and then I'm on the right page. Okay, YouTube Studio, and press an icon that lets you schedule live streams. Okay, let me look at this. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Oh, it's in the top right-hand corner. Yes. Okay, I see it now. Create, upload videos, create posts, new podcast. Oh, dude, I've never looked at this. Like in all my years on YouTube, I've never pressed this button. Upload videos, go live. Oh, I bet this is where I just went live from earlier. Actually, I might have pressed that. I see it now. I never would have figured that out. All right. There we go. We got it figured out. We solved the mystery. Okay, so Angela's in here, and Angela wanted to see the cat. So let me get the girl cat real quick. Here we go. This is the sweetie. This is 6. Look at how chill she is. Yeah. That's right. You're a beautiful kitty for TV. Dude, she's so photogenic. She's like, yeah, I know. I'm famous. I'm right in the middle. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants a piece of me. You're a good kitty. Yeah. Alright, this is a prime specimen. 6 pounds, 5 ounces of grade A cat meat right there. Look at that. She got a crazy wingspan. Longer than LeBron James. She's letting me hold her like this. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Wee. She's so nice. You're so nice to let me do that. You're so nice. Look at the camera. I bet she wants me to pet her, and that's why she's letting me do that. Sometimes they'll just want to be touched. Okay. She is. Well, it's because I think it's because like I'm so calm around my cats all the time. You know what I mean? Like I never get stressed out around them. I never chase them. I never like pretend to chase them. So every time I come near them, it's like a fun experience because I'm either petting them or I'm feeding them. And so then when I want to get them in a situation like right now and like show them off, they don't run from me. And they're just like, yeah, I'll come along for the ride. That's what I think. Which cat would win in a fight? Oh, definitely Six. Six is a killer, man. She comes from like the mean streets. I think she has some trauma in her past. She will destroy Skinny Kitty so easily. Like she is so funny because she like gets like pissed and she will like growl and hiss at the other cats. My mom has cats that do that too, but they literally did grow up in a garage like 3 years ago. Six, I think had a tough childhood before I got to her. So she's like not real friendly the way Skinny Kitty's super friendly, and he's very calm and he likes to be around other cats and to chase them and to lay with them and clean them. Six doesn't want to be touched most of the time by the other cats. She doesn't like me touching her, but you know, she'll tolerate it. Yeah, she's definitely the fighter out of the two. And she will chase my mom's cats around. It's really funny because like they play sometimes. But can I say my old intro? It's like, what's up, guys? What's going on, Cat Gang? It's your boy Harry here with 2 cats and another live stream that I finally got working, and we are gonna play some TDS now. Oh, dude, this isn't gonna work. My little my stream deck has to be set up still. I guess this is good. We got the first live stream on this channel, and that's good enough, right? Why does my cam look like that? Did I set my cam up like that? I might have set my cam up like this, thinking I was gonna be sitting like this. I don't feel like I did though. Dude, I have so many like random graphics in here. I need to change this. I need to organize my setup in Streamlabs. I have so many random graphics that are just like all... I forgot I even had that.
Nice.
I know, it is a jump scare. Alright, here's the deal, guys. You gotta press subscribe on this channel or I am coming to your house. I am sitting on your couch just like old times. I will crush your couch with my new and improved Iron Harry buttocks, alright? It's straight from Ukraine, alright? It's top of the line military technology, and it will decimate your couch. No couch is safe. You better subscribe. That's the only way you can survive. Jordan knows. Jordan has protected his couch. He got couch insurance. Something, it's like not letting me grab my webcam for some reason. Whatever. I'll have to stay. You don't have a couch? Yeah, you don't have a couch anymore after what happened with Iron Harry. Polygon, Sir Retro, Boozia Creations. Merge your 2 channels? What do you mean? Blurn, here before 200 subs. Let's go. Let's go. That's crazy. I believe you. Adam, Cheesy Bacon, Baller Fan. You put my small dog on my couch. I will sit on your dog if you're not subscribed. Ripted. Ali Petunia, will the Just Harrison channel still be used? Yes, I'm going to stream TDS on the Just Harrison channel. I don't know when I'm going to make videos there again, although I would like to use it for like a general gaming channel. But I want my therapy social commentary channel to be the popular one. I want to get well known in those circles. Why do you have a new channel? Because I want to change my society, and I was not going to do that with Roblox. What's my favorite tower in TDS? Nico DJ. Holy broken couch. You said my name, of course, bro. No, not my couch. I'm subbed. Okay, then you're safe. You don't have to scream. When are you going to post your first actual video? Today. Well, I'm planning on doing it today, Zeb, but I had some live streaming issues. Like, it took a lot longer to start the live stream than I wanted. And so, I'm still going to say today. Definitely tomorrow, if not today. But yeah, I have a lot of videos I need to upload, so I need to start pumping those out. We got to start getting those views up and subs up. It's actually pretty cool that I'm already to almost 2,000 subs. What form of content will be used for the new channel? I'm going to be talking about politics, religion, domestic policy, foreign policy, prison reform, justice system reform, all kinds of stuff that I think is relevant to the running of a society and how people live their lives. Our economic system. Be talking about exploitation by the exploitation of the workers, the exploitation of the workers. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm talking about. The exploitation inherent in capitalism and how it hurts people and how we can improve our system to benefit everyone and not just the rich. When will I shave the beard? I'm shaving the beard when I hit 100,000 followers on this channel. All right, I'm going to head out and work. Good luck on the live stream. Been excited for this channel for you. I know, man. You're a good supporter, Jordan. I appreciate it, bro. You're a great friend. Thank you so much for the help. Thank you for the support, the moral support, and always being positive, dude. Have fun working, and yeah, hope to see you soon. Good to be back. Yeah. We're gonna have some good content for you. You know, maybe someday I'll come to South Africa. I'll do a travel vlog, and travel the world. I've never been outside of America before, literally. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be a great video series to like go visit all the TDS content creators around the world? That'd be crazy. Harry, may I have some oats? Yes, sure. You should talk about inflation and shrinkflation. Yes, inflation, economic issues, housing unaffordability, college debt, run amok. What are my computer specs? I have a 3090 graphics card. I try to remember. I did have it written down in my Discord. Let me see if I actually added that back ever. Dude, I didn't, ma'am. A Ryzen, I think it's a Ryzen 9 5950X is my CPU. I have a 3090, RTX 3090 graphics card. I have 128 gigs of RAM. What's up, Sir Retrovision? Okay, we're ready? Why am I so excited about 40-year-old Roblox YouTuber with a beard larger than the Burj Khalifa saying my name? Yeah, dude, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. What's up, Aid the Penguin? Welcome. Okay, let's play Roblox. Let's play TDS. See if I can remember how to get to TDS. I almost canceled my TDS VIP subscriptions today, and I was like, nah, I'm going to be playing the game often enough to use them. I had to buy more Robux to change my name. Yes, that's the other thing, guys. I'm no longer just Harrison. I'm now Harrison on YouTube. Hey, let me know in the comments on the chat right now what y'all think about the name change, because I know some people don't like it. It's not the greatest. You know, I would prefer to just have just Harrison, but I can't get just Harrison. It has to be something else. And I went to the wrong VIP. Hold on. I can't have just Harrison. I have to have something else, and so I figured I'll just make it Harrison on YouTube on all platforms. So that's my username on Roblox, Twitch, YouTube, Reddit. Man, there's a fifth one I keep forgetting. I know I got 5 at least. And so then I figured at least, you know, it's just consistent, and then people can add me. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like care for it. It's too long, right? Like, you really want a username that's cleaner, shorter. Like, it's a too long of a name. All right, here's the link, guys. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Discord, yes, that's right. You guys are on it. That's the link for the VIP. Go ahead and join up. And so good, everybody's in, just like old times. What's up, Penguin? Until I can give you the fish, it's not changing for me. You can't give me the fish because I don't even have the game. When did you start growing out your beard? I started growing it out the day that I released my last video. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? I am aware that the Burj Khalifa is tall. How do you know that? Boozia Creations. Elevators or matchmaking? We're just gonna have to do elevators, guys, so that everybody has a fair chance to jump in. All I would ask is that if you play, just don't play again. What's up, Smile Online? How's it going? Welcome back. What's up, that guy? Yeah, we're gonna have to use elevators for now. What do you think about Raz leaving TDS? I just found out about it on Saturday. I have no idea. Nobody knows why he left, which sounds strange. How was your 1-year break? Just discovered you returned with a glorious beard. That's right. Isn't that crazy? Wasn't it the last thing you guys were expecting was for me to have a beard like this? Who could have ever guessed that I would be that dedicated? It's been cold. You're freezing? Really? Even in September? You can make a party public so everyone can join? I can? What do you think? Okay, I think I read all the chat. All right, let's play some games. Party, create a party. Leaving will change the party leader. Party invites. I don't know how to do that. If it's possible. All right, let's go to the elevators. Actually, I'm gonna change my towers first. I don't know which towers to use anymore. I'm gonna start with the classic scout. I don't want us to lose. I do want to run the turret. I'm not gonna do commander. Someone else has to do commander. I'm gonna do DJ. Actually, I'll do commander. I feel like it's too much of a risk relying on some random person to have commander. I do want to get turret. And then what about mortar? Yeah, I'll do mortar now. All right. Good luck, everybody. Let's get some games in. I'm going to get lunch, I think, after this game, too, because I haven't eaten yet. But, yeah, we can stream. We've been streaming for 45 minutes. We'll stream for another hour at least. And let's try to get through these Fallen games quickly, like 20 minutes. Like 30 minutes is too long. Golden Scout is not good anymore. Is that true? Should I not be using it? I'm not even using my headset to hear the game. Do intermediate and easy? No, they're too easy, though. I want it to be a challenge. You got in? Carlo, good job. Anime is in. Good job, everybody. Hidden Wave is back. We did a little Hidden Wave yesterday, but we lost. Use Paintballer? No. I used Paintballer yesterday. You can do Commander? Alright, this man says he's doing Commander. I'm going to drop it and do DJ. That's what we got to do. We got to coordinate in the pregame lobby. Okay. You picking a map, Anime? They added green paintballer. No, dude, Winter Stronghold? Dude, no way. Okay, this guy wants us to lose. Look at him going. All right. I got Excel, NG. Oh, dude, that's right. No, I have good towers, too. Please change the title. What's the title? What's the title? What's the title? Oh. Okay, hold on. Dude, why is it using my info from my other channel? Are you okay with this bullet? I'm not changing anything else because I'm trying to pay attention to my game right now. No way, I lost my YouTube chat on here. This is why I was using the other chat. Oh no, here we go. It probably is laggy. I can hear this computer like overheating. This is why I didn't want to use this computer to stream. Now that I'm streaming and gaming. Alright, I guess I'm going to come over here. You were on your alt. You didn't have any towers. You left. What? Were you in the game? You weren't in the game with us, though, were you? Dude, I'm like so behind. I used to be so peak at this game. Now I'm struggling. I'm like, what do I even place? I placed my farm wrong. I'll still wait for you to make a custom name and description for the fish. What does that mean? A custom name and description? Yo, what's up, Newbie John? How's it going? Welcome back. Good to see ya. Dude, I don't like that the camera is like white balancing me and it's like making me look pale. I need it to make me look tan because I made this light orange. I should have brought Golden Soldier. Is that the meta? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to get really lucky. Yeah. We also need to be skipping waves so it doesn't take forever. Dude, animes that were dead at wave 19. Why did you choose this map? Yeah, you'll get used to the beard. I did. Golden Soldier is just an old golden minigunner. Oh, interesting. Harry, it's been so long. I was one of your... What? What did you say? You trailed off. How did I get a beard? Yes, I got a beard by growing it. By eating. You still have me added. Probably. I haven't deleted that many people. Harry play hardcore with War Machine and Mecha Base on Wrecked Battlefield where you got the little guns and the other two got the big guns. War Machine? What is War Machine? Yeah, this was too optimistic, I think, to try and play this map. I'm gonna still try to get my my scouts up because Golden Scouts are good to like wave 20, right? I've actually beat Fallen with just Golden Scouts, but that was the old Fallen, not the new one. You should add me on Roblox because why not? No, I only add level 3 members. Sorry. How do they do the... Yo, that's a cool farm skin. It's a boat on the water and it's moving. Dude, that's actually not bad. I like that. I need to get that one. Can I get that one, or was that an event and I already missed it? Is that one in a crate? If you had your own tower, who would it be for? Well, I always wanted it to be for Commander. But someone said I would have to do voice acting to do that. So I don't know if I'd want to do Commander. I'd have to think about it. I would want it to be a tower that a lot of people would use. Soldier? I don't know what the other TDS content creators are using. You know, I don't know what the other content creators have. Like I want to try and get one that is that's not being used by anyone else. Engineer, does anyone have engineer? Pirate crate is still available. Nice. I'll have to get that. What's up, Mandy or Mindy? I can't read your name because it's crossed out. There are a ton of themed skin crates. I have a bunch of coins. I have to get those crates. Engineers taken by Wikia. Yeah, I don't really want to do engineer either. I feel like I need to upgrade my... Oh, guys. Wait, are we gonna die right now? What's going on the other side? Is that are we leaking? What do we have? We just have cowboys and scouts for defense. Ooh. Oh, dude, we're not even gonna make it past this wave. DJ skin might be cool, but then I would be taking away the throne from Queen Nico. I don't know if I want to compete with her. Commander, and every upgrade gets a bigger beard. You could do that, although I'm not going to have the beard forever. So what would we do when I shave the beard? You know, they'd have to change the skin. Military base would be funny. Yeah, the cat's driving stuff. Dude, my man just used it. Just used an expendable. He just is that what it's called? Expendable? Wait, what are they called? He just used an item. Do I know propellers? Yes. Consumable. Yeah, right. Consumable. Yes, I know propellers. Yeah, I don't have the money for turret or mortar. No, consumable. I forgot. I don't have any. I haven't even looked at them. You remember my propellers video? Dude, that was a fire video when I forgot to change the audio. I forgot to change the audio in that other scene, and like you couldn't even hear him. Made a video about propellers before he went. Yeah, dude, but I knew propellers was going to blow up. I mean, that was obvious. What's up, Ruby? What's up, Visid? Stop. Are we gonna die? Dude, I feel bad you guys are having to use your consumables, man. I do. I feel so bad. Do consumables cost money? Like, are you guys having to spend Robux? Anime chose it. Anime. Blame anime. They just take coins? Okay, so it's not a big deal if you guys are just gonna have to get more coins. I mean, I could probably get so many of them. Accusations, facts. I mean, we're still alive. I mean, that's something, right? Nobody thought we would live this long, and yet here we are. If I can get one max level Golden Scout, I can carry this side. Oh, I see what's happening. This guy with the red around him is making me shoot him and not the other dudes. No way, dude. How do you counteract that? How do you make them shoot the other enemies? You don't? You're like literally just cooked? You just no option? What? Is that going to be Hacker? I bet that's Hacker Tower. 100%. They're going to bring Hacker in. That's how you're going to be able to target the other enemies, the different enemies. The ones that are not, that don't have the red around them. The non-aggro or whatever. And it'll like just target first or something. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of trying to save up for more expensive Golden Scouts. Five. I kind of forgot like how to play the game. We're surviving. No. No way. Oh, dude, this guy's got some engineers over here now. That's gonna help. Use the mortar. I feel like I need more money. I also don't like that I didn't get to upgrade my farms, man. I don't want to just be like placing towers. I want to get some farms going. But I will go ahead and place a bunch of scouts. So there's like 7 scouts. Do you think TDS will add a sandbox mode? Yeah, I do. And they're going to add PvP. So I think eventually they'll get to it. It's just they've been working on it for 4 years. Where did you go for the year? I took a year off to do therapy and to get mental health. I focused on my mental health, okay? I got therapy, I healed from my childhood trauma, and that's what I want to make videos about because I think that other people need to learn what I learned and they need help too. Know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are struggling emotionally. Have I played PvP beta? No, I skipped it. We did a couple of games at TDX, and I didn't have any towers, so it wasn't that fun. I only had like 2 towers. I'm trying to get my scouts up, man. I'm trying to get them leveled up. Eight. I'll have 8 right here. I'll do one more. Oh, I guess they're kind of working. You can buy towers in TDX or Roblox. Yeah, I saw that. Why is it only spawning military bases outside this exit? Wasn't it like random? Did they change the way this map works so that... Did they change the way this map works so that it only gives military bases out of one side? Oh no, it is doing both sides. Okay, never mind. I thought they changed it to where it's like, oh, we're gonna give you military, or we're gonna give you tanks or vehicles just out of the side that you put the military base by, because that would be pretty cool. No, it's still random. It's still doing both. I just wasn't paying attention. I thought it was just this side. You quit TDS months ago? Why? You don't like it anymore? Ask John for admin? Yeah, he'd probably give me admin in TDX. I just don't want to make Roblox content anymore, you know? Look who's on the desk. Somebody's asking for food. Well, what's up, Nikoi? How's it going? Welcome back, everybody. If you haven't seen me, I have a new look. You might have noticed. Did anybody notice that I had a beard? Put a 1 in chat if you noticed I had a beard. Put a 2 in chat if you didn't notice that I have a beard. Put a 3 in chat if 9/11 was an inside job. Yo, speak of 9/11, what's up, Elite? This is a non-TDS channel, but I am gonna be doing some streams and well, I'm gonna be making videos on it, obviously, but I'm gonna be doing some live streams where I talk about stuff like what I've been up to, but also play Roblox just because I need the public view hours to get monetized. And that's what my goal is now, is to get monetized. But we streamed for like 30 minutes before we started Roblox. Although it did take me like an hour to figure out where my channel was and how I could get logged in. I had a major boomer moment, a moment that could only happen with someone with a beard, where I was like, "Where is my login? I'm logging out of Just Harrison. Where is my other login?" And it was like right in front of me, but it didn't have my profile pic. And so I was like, "This cannot be my account. This is a random account," because it just had like, you know, the letter H for the profile pic. I was like, "Why don't I have my profile pic on there?" Because it had my Just Harrison profile pic. And then eventually I was just going to give up. I was like, I can't figure out how to link my account. And then I was like, I'm just going to press go live on this account. And I pressed go live and it was this account. And that's why there's no thumbnail picture. What? People talking to me in chat in the game. I mean, I'm upgrading my scouts. I guess I really don't need to. I do want to get my farms going. I got 4 farms. I totally forgot how to play this game. I was like, wait, what? How many scouts do I need? What? How much damage does a farm do? Okay, I'm getting my farms down. Yeah, okay, you guys got your tanks. Yeah, I carried early game. Get at least 3 at level. Didn't you say we were going to die on wave 19? We made it past wave 19. He said we were going to die. No way, that's crazy. Sorry if you're making me busy. We got a lot of tanks. Okay, good. I mean, I forgot, you know, is a lot of tanks good? Is that good for us? I don't know. I don't remember. Is a tank a good vehicle in this game? How much damage does a farm do? That's a good question. I don't know. I know DJ does damage. What's up, Elite Commander? When you quit, was it also because TDS was getting boring, or was it just because your mental health? That's a good question, small little man. TDS wasn't that boring. The viewers really weren't there because they hadn't, the devs hadn't updated the game in a while. So there weren't a lot of viewers, so like it really wasn't as costly for me to take a break at that point. But I do feel like my mental health stuff was like happening for a long time, you know what I mean? Like it was coming, it was pretty much happening as soon as I got popular on Roblox, because my cat died. Like right when I started getting popular, my cat died, and that was kind of hard for me. And I didn't make videos. I took my first ever like break. Like I took like a 2-month break, and then I came back and I was making videos again. But then I ended up taking another break, and I just kept feeling like something was like pushing me inside. It was like pushing me around and pulling me and moving me, and it was making me like apathetic about my channel and not really caring about working. And I was already in therapy at that point. I started therapy in 2020, but this is like 2021, 2022. Yeah, I used it last time. Yeah, I used Electroshocker last time. And so eventually I just gave in to that feeling of like wanting to quit making content to try to figure out where it was coming from. And yeah, that was what I did over the past year. Was like, I was like, okay, fine, you know, like I'll just stop making content and I'll see what happens. And so what happened was that I just kind of naturally started to get into these certain therapy books and reading about intergenerational trauma and how the experiences you have as a child really affect your experiences as an adult. Because when you're young, that's whenever you're learning, you know, how to be intimate with other people, like how to care about people, how to resolve conflicts, how to stay calm under stress. And if you don't have caregivers or parents that model that for you and teach you how to do it, you're going to have a lot of problems with that. And my problem was that I would always compare myself to like other TDS content creators, which there's like some pretty good ones, right? And so I'd always think, oh, like I'm not doing as good as so-and-so, you know, pretty much any of them. I would look at like Wikia Colors or Elite or Egg Ripped It or Demonies or whoever, and I'd be like, I'm not doing as good as them. You know, my videos aren't as popular, and I would feel bad about it, even though I was popular and I had a great following, a great community, and, you know, 100,000 subs on YouTube, and like, well, I was making money, and, you know, everything was good. And so that was my question, was like, why am I still like not happy? And that was the question that I went to explore, was like, why, you know, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? And again, that's what I felt, was that internally I had a lot of self-criticism because my parents had been very critical of me when I was a child, and all that stuff matters for you. It's not something you're going to get away from ever in your life. You can ignore it, you can numb it with drugs and alcohol, or you can distract yourself with work or socializing, which is what I did a lot earlier in my life, is like just hanging out and going out and partying, like never being alone, never thinking about my problems. I would get depressed, I would get anxious, I had attention issues, I had emotional issues, like I, you know, would get in fights with my girlfriends and you know, argue a lot, and I just wasn't in control of myself, and it wasn't fun, and it was like, it just led to a lot of unhappiness. You know, my problems, and you know, that was the other thing, is like I realized that, you know, my problems are go way beyond just Roblox or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, my problems have been around for my whole life, and they affected me before I became a content creator. It's just that being a content creator, and I think being like having to rely on your own creativity and on your own productive power to survive and make money and everything, I think that it changes your focus. And so instead of like going to a job and relying on someone, just doing what someone else wants you to do for a paycheck, you know, when it's like totally on your shoulders, and you know, you can be super successful or you can be like a massive failure. And it's really difficult work. You see lots of content creators that give up, right? They burn out, they can't handle the stress, and that's why, you know, it's because internally they're like really insecure and really critical and not confident in who they are, which is definitely what I went through. What are you hair sending me about? What? I'm trying to talk to you, and this is what I learned. And you know, I wouldn't have learned that if I didn't take time off. You know what I mean? If I didn't read these books and turn inward. They want something from me. My teammates are saying stuff. Can you place a DJ on the other side? Where? What is that sound? Is that my music? I'm like hearing music from in the game. I don't have my headset on, so I can't hear the game. I'm gonna give these towers more damage. Try to get my mortars leveled up. Yeah, are we gonna? Oh, we did it. Okay. No, he did the strike. I don't know. Did we need the strike? I don't know if we needed the strike on this side. I have 8,000. I still want to get my farms. I still want to max out my farms. Is it too late for that? Can you use Golden Soldier next? Yes, I can use Golden Soldier next. I will. We're here for you. No, you don't have to be sorry, and you don't have to. You know, I appreciate you supporting me. You know, that's all I really need. But you don't have to be sorry. You know, we're all in this together, and you know, I went through those difficult, pretty difficult inner journey over the past year as a way for me to help other people. You know, like I want to be able to spread my teachings to everyone and make everybody feel better and have a happier life. And you know, it wasn't just for me, even though I am the main beneficiary. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gets to enjoy the work I've done more than me. Are they? Yeah, I want to get my farms maxed out, man. And so, yo, what's up, fella Smella? And so, yeah, you know, that's a lot of stuff that most people aren't even aware of, you know, and it's something that I feel like I'm at a benefit to talk about this stuff and to do this work and make this content because I'm older, you know. I wouldn't have expected myself to make this content when I was 20 because I didn't know about this stuff when I was 20, you know what I mean? Okay, I almost got my DJ maxed out. This is like the main... Oh, no, dude, no, we were about to win. No. Dude, we're about to win. Oh, dude, good job. Good job. That was a good try. Wait, what? How'd that even happen?
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
All right, let's get the next team going. Let's get the next team going. I'm joining the server. I'm not going to kick everyone out because there's only 4 people in there. Once I join, I will put the link in chat. But yeah, this is basically what I want to talk about on this channel. And maybe I could just like play video games and talk about. Would that be interesting if I like played video games and talked about this stuff? That should be my videos for this channel. But basically, ultimately, what I think is that there are a lot of problems in American society that are caused by the way people are being raised, and that we need to rethink the way that people are parenting children, because I think that there's like an intergenerational trauma and abuse being passed down, and that's not going to go away on its own, and that it's been there for thousands and thousands of years, and human beings have just never been aware of it before. And I was the recipient of a pretty bad childhood. You know, my parents were pretty abusive. You know, they were not happy. They were they themselves had been abused as children. You know what I mean? They themselves had experienced trauma and neglect and abandonment and all those like really bad things, and that there's just certain things that people need as they go through the development of childhood that we're not focused on in America or in, you know, in the human race at all. And someone has to talk about it, someone has to teach it, and that's what this channel is about. You know, it's about talking about these like the unseen source of our problems, which I think is basically children not being able to develop a sense of self when they're going through those developmental processes when you're young. And the challenge, or the fact is that if you don't develop when you're a kid, you will have to do that as an adult. And so that's basically what I was doing. You know, for the past years, I was focusing on myself, and I was giving myself the attention that my parents didn't give me as a kid that I needed. Because even though I'm 39 years old, there's still a scared little kid inside of me. You know, there's a part of me that didn't grow up. There's a part of me that's still like afraid of being abused. And that's true for everyone, you know. There's a saying that I came across when I was reading these books and watching John Bradshaw videos, where he says, what is most personal is most universal. And what that means is that everybody feels in their heart that they're alone, and that nobody understands them, and that the feelings they have are unique to them, when in reality everybody has those feelings. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be accepted for who they are. And it's just really sad that there's a lot of adults walking around in public that still have those insecurities and those abandonment issues from childhood. And the problem is that those people are in powerful positions in our government. You know, they're in powerful positions in the private industry. You know, if you want to know who I'm talking about, look at Elon Musk and look at Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump had a very abusive father. This is not my opinion. This is the fact. You can read books. I have books behind me about Elon Musk and Donald Trump's childhoods. This massive book right here, I've read this once. I need to go through and read it again. This is 600 pages. This is Walter Isaacson's book about, can you read that? Elon Musk. And it starts with his childhood. And his dad was crazy abusive, and it's not like something that you would want anyone to go through. You know, you don't want people, even if you dislike them. Like, I don't like Elon and I don't like Donald, but I don't want them to have abusive childhoods, because that's really sad. Because, you know, when you're a child, it's the only time in your life that you can't take care of yourself, that you're reliant on another person. That's I think the true mark of an adult. You know, you can be 80 years old and you can still act like a child because you don't take responsibility for your life. You really can't take care of yourself. And I think that's the mark of an adult, is not someone who is 18 years old or older, and a child is not someone that's 17 or younger. But the line there is, you know, your emotional maturity and your psychological maturity. And you can be very immature and you can be 50 years old. And you see that in your society all around you. And you wonder, you know, why is this person, you know, why did this person go on a shooting spree? You know, why did this person become a mass murderer? And I guarantee you that you can look at their childhood experiences and you can understand why. They didn't get the love and bonding that they needed with a healthy, emotionally mature parent. And so that's what I'm trying to do. You know, that's what I'm trying to work on. You know, I'm trying to prevent shooting sprees and, you know, mass killings and, you know, massive crime and theft and stealing and people hurting one another. And it all starts in childhood. Yo, what's up, Timeless? You play Fort? Dude, I've really cut back on Fort since I was playing Fort, but I really cut back since I started working on this new channel. And that's what I'm really focusing on. But, like, I mean, hardly at all. Dude, I played Fortnite for the first time in a week yesterday. I only played for like an hour and a half, and like I couldn't stand it. It was like, it's like so sweaty and so difficult, and like you have to just try so hard all the time. It just really wasn't that much fun. But yeah, like when I was playing every day, I had a good time. You know what I mean? But I really cut back. But what I want to do is get successful on my new channel, on this channel here, and then make my other channel like a general gaming channel, you know? And, oh, I didn't equip that. And then play Fortnite and have an editor, hire an editor to like cut together that content. And then I can, I can play for it, and we can do like sub games and follower games and all that. That's probably going to be on Twitch though. Like if I'm playing Fortnite, it's not going to be on YouTube. I didn't even use turrets last game. I haven't gotten to use turrets at all. We keep dying. Every time I have turrets, we die. Has anyone donated? You can't donate on this channel, bro. I'm not monetized. Just watch the stream. Help me get monetized. Just watch the stream. I need public view hours. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. We're gonna keep plugging away. Oh, really? Small little man? Oh, dude, I bet you see me on there less, though. I used to be on there, like, every day. But, yeah, it's been a lot less. Dude, all good anime. No worries. No worries. We did better than I thought we would. At least Elon Musk's dad didn't call him Elon's son's name. Dude, I know, little man. Dude, it's crazy. And he has, dude, and Elon Musk is a perfect example of an abusive father. And he's a perfect example of intergenerational abuse and how it's passed down from father or from parent to child. And then the child grows up and becomes abusive to their own children. Absolutely. Dude, Elon Musk has like 11 kids by like 4 different women. It's like exactly, he's not married to any of them. And his oldest kid changed her name and doesn't want to associate with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's terrible for our society and for the families that make it up, you know? And so, you know, that's the kind of thing that has to be fought back against and has to be stopped because it's not going to go away on its own. I did do Golden Soldier, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, if you want to donate, go to the description and you can donate with the Streamlabs link. But you have to tell me about it because I don't think I'll know. Because I don't have alerts on here. Oh, no, don't do easy. We can do Fallen. We can beat Fallen here because we're not doing a double lane map. And I have pretty good towers. Elon Musk is not cooked, but he needs to be. He has too much money and he uses it for nefarious purposes. He's not a good person. Oh, really, Heath Maddie? Well, I need to make a video about that and talk in more detail then. I should totally make a video about that. Because I think it's common for everybody, you know, especially in the creative field. But even if you're not creative, you know, I was doing it even before I became a YouTuber. I just didn't know it, right? It's unconscious. It's like down in your brain and you're unaware. You know what I mean? And my advice... YouTube didn't let me say, or Roblox didn't let me say love you guys. I'm gonna get into the habit of telling everybody in my game that I love them. And it's in your unconscious and it doesn't just go away, and no amount of like positive self-talk is gonna get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go to therapy. You have to explore those unmet needs in childhood. Because there's peace. I mean, that's the fact, is that when your needs aren't met as a child, you internalize the unmet development, and you stay needy. You need something, right? That's where the judgment and the criticism and the comparison comes from. Like, oh, this person is better than me. Everybody likes them more, or there's not enough love for me, or there's not enough viewers for me, which is kind of what it was like for me, you know? Oh, well, if everybody's watching Egg Ripted, nobody's watching me, and everybody's comparing me to him, and they're not liking me, which is just silly, you know. There's room for different kinds of 3D modelers, and there's room for different kinds of TDS content creators and all of that stuff. There's room for everyone, especially online, and it just makes your life so hard when you're always being negative on yourself, but it's really not your fault for being negative. You know, that's the big point, is that was, your parents were very negative. That's part of it. It's like, you know, it was Carl Jung, who's a great Swiss psychologist, that said nothing has a greater impact on the life of the child than the unlived life of the parent. And nothing has a bigger impact on you than your parents. And some people are very lucky. They're born rich, not with money, but with emotional wealth, and they have emotionally healthy parents that are able to regulate their emotions, and they're able to communicate effectively, and they don't just scream at each other like my parents did. You know, my parents were just very angry and very mad, you know, and just and so whenever I started getting in relationships with women as I grew up, that's what it was. I was just always mad. It was hard for me to communicate my feelings, and when I would get my feelings hurt, I would shut down and I would give them the silent treatment, and I wouldn't communicate, and I wouldn't tell them what was wrong, and I expected them to read my mind, and I just came to learn that that's that magical thinking in childhood. Like, you know, that's how children think. Children think magically because they develop out of this kind of unconscious state, and they have to be modeled how to think realistically and how to Bro, this guy got through with 60 health. All right. I'm trying to do defense up here. I might not be enough, team. I need someone else to help. I need more. Use an airstrike. Yes, use an airstrike. Use up all your airstrikes. Yes, use up all your consumables on me. Oh, snap. We got Warden going crazy over here. Stunning. Am I going to play TDX? No, I'm not. You might join next game, Kai. Yeah, good luck. Oh, on the topic of Brazil, Twitter's going to get banned. Or on the topic of Elon Musk, Twitter's going to get banned in Brazil. That's right, Shotfire Scout. How do you feel about that? I've been following that. Because Elon wants to do whatever he wants. Actually, I don't really know specifically what the complaint is, but I do know Elon's a turd. Hey, can you give me some advice for high school? Yeah, give me 1 second. Can you end up kind of messing up if you end up pushing your parents away? Well, it depends on what you mean by that and how old you are. And so what you got to understand is that it's not the child's job to facilitate the adult with the parent. It's the child's job to develop and to grow up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not your job to make your parents love you. You know, they should love you unconditionally because you're their child. And if your parents are actually emotionally immature, if they're actually adult children internally, if they didn't get their needs met when they were children and they're still needy as adults, then they're going to have problems meeting your needs. And it's not your job to meet your parents' needs. And so I think kind of what you might mean when you're talking about that, when you're saying, well, can you mess up by pushing your parents away? I think kind of what you're talking about is like being a kid, right? Like being a teenager, like growing up and like going through adolescence and getting into high school. So naturally, as the person grows up, they differentiate. They do separate from their parents. And that's something that's very hard for immature parents to deal with because they were never allowed to separate from their parents. And that's one of the problems that they have in their head is that they're still very much, it's called enmeshment. They're still very much attached to their own parents. They never got to be their own person. They never got to grow up and develop into their own person. And so when you start to grow up and develop into your own person, you start to naturally separate from them, they're going to feel hurt by that. And they're going to feel threatened. And they're going to shame you for that. And they're going to blame you. And they're going to create drama and fighting with you. Even though that's your role as an adolescent, as you go through that developmental stage pretty early on in life. And again, if you don't get that when you're young, you're gonna be needing it as you grow up and become an adult. And so you're gonna have to find that and figure out a way to do that and to separate from your parents finally. But I think that it really is the adult's job, and it really is the parents' job to create an environment and facilitate a space where the child. What is this guy doing? How are you? This guy is hacking. Why are you showing off your hacks in front of everybody? He's flying. You're gonna get banned, bro, and it's not gonna be my fault. Look at him flying. It's not hacks, it's UGC? Okay, alright. Well, you're still gonna get banned. It looks like he's flying, doesn't he? He's kind of like zooming around. I can't remember. Oh, okay, never mind. I mean, it looks to me like he's flying. But maybe he's not. Hopefully that answers your question a little bit better. I mean, I think if you're worried about pushing your parents away when you're growing up, then that's already a sign that your parents have some issues. The problem, well, one of the main challenges of childhood is that you don't understand that your parents can be flawed people. right? The child naturally thinks that their parents are perfect. And it really took me a long time to understand just how messed up my parents were. And for me to understand that my parents never could have raised me right. They never could have taken care of my needs as a child because they were too emotionally dysregulated inside of themselves. And so actually, whenever I went through that phase in my own healing journey, it really helped me to forgive them and to understand them and to give them, to look at them as flawed, complex people. I would never have expected this from a TDS content creator. Well, yeah, that's why first off, I'm older, right? I'm much older than the other TDS content creators. But that's why I went off for the past year and like did my own thing and like didn't make content because I wanted to learn a lot more about this stuff so I could heal myself, because that's the primary purpose is like, you don't learn this stuff for other people. You learn it for yourself. And that's why I think that the best content creators on like Instagram or YouTube are people that have healed themselves and have gone through that process, because you learn about it by experiencing it internally from yourself. And if I had been raised by healthy parents, if I didn't go through this stuff, I can't imagine that I ever would have even known that these things existed and I ever would have even thought about them. So in one way, it is sad that I got abused as a child, but in another way, it's good. It's good for me. I'm a bigger person. I'm more complex. I know more. I'm more understanding of life and people and where the problems come from that we have and all of that stuff. In a way where I think if I had been raised in a happy family that was very functional, and we could, we had space to love one another and to develop, the children could develop into their unique selves. I never would have been able to imagine that this situation existed where people were in so much pain internally because of their childhoods. And we look at like, again, I always go back, especially because I live in America, I always go back to like mass shooters, and I think like, how could someone go be a mass shooter? How could someone want to go shoot up a school full of kids? And that's the answer, is that, internally, they're in a lot of pain. They had abusive parents that didn't take care of them, and that they feel alone and isolated. Oh, man, we're just not doing it. Yeah, dude. Yes, use a consumable. Oh, he's almost dead. He's almost dead. No. He's gonna spawn. Do we have another one? Dude. Scout, dude. Scout? No way, dude. These guys are... Okay, hold on. How do I... Dude, I don't remember how to set targeting. Strongest. No way, dude. This is like what's crazy to me about Fallen is like how often we're losing now. Although, like, you guys are farming pretty hard. Like, this is pretty hard. I don't know. I feel like I have all of my farms up too. I feel like I have all of my farms up, and they're at level 3. Where are we lacking on damage here? We have 1 level 2 accelerator. Yeah, I feel like this DJ probably is over developed. The DJ probably didn't need to be upgraded that high yet. But I know that's expensive. I don't know. I got some soldiers. Maybe I could have placed... I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe I'm part of the problem. I try to get too many farms. See, that's my thing is like, I need to remember how to play the game. Like, you can't farm too much too early. You have to get your damage down. All right, GG's, guys. That's two fallen losses in a row. 2 fallen losses in a row. We are struggling. We are on the struggle buzz. We need help. The brawlers, I only use brawlers once, bro. I'm going to have to put them in the rotation and figure out how to use them. Those are cheap to place too, I think. Can you join? We're doing random joins. So just try to randomly get in. We're just going to run through the elevators. We're not going to do picking and choosing because I feel like it's unfair if I'm picking and choosing. I want everybody to have a chance. But yeah, GG's. If I play with you guys, don't play again. Please don't play again. GG's. Let me get the link. OMG, it's Santa. That's right. I'm Santa Harry. I come down your chimney and I steal all of your presents left by regular Santa. So somebody said, can you give me some advice for high school? Again, I think that's kind of what I've already hinted at with what I'm talking about, is that even in high school, and honestly, even like when you become 18 and 19 and 20, you're still most likely a child. I think the most important phase of childhood is something that takes place after you're 18 years old. It takes place between 18 and 25, and that's where you have to become your own parent, essentially. You have to give yourself the things that your parents didn't give you, and it's very important that you become aware. That you become aware of what your parents didn't give you. And you really can't do that, I think, until you turn 18, you grow up, you get away from your family. This is why I think guaranteed housing is such an important thing to have in America, because we have so much wealth that we can guarantee that. But we need people to be able to get away from the abusive environments in which they grew up in. You know what I mean? And only when you get away from your family, when you're young, or only when you get away from your family at any age, even if you're 30, you need to be able to live on your own. Do you be able to start getting like distance from the abuse that the abusive tendencies that they treated you with? And it's just not something that's going to happen if you're still living under the same roof. And so, yeah, between 18 and 25, I think that the society needs to do a much better job of like helping people understand that you are coming out of a process that you have been in as a child, that's unconscious, that you're not aware of, and that you have a lot of beliefs about your system that you a lot of beliefs about yourself that you developed when you were very young. You know, are you lovable? Are you worthy of love? Are you acceptable? Are you worthy of respect? And if you don't have a certain sense of self-esteem inside, you're going to let people walk all over you as an adult. It doesn't matter how old you get. You're not going to stand up for yourself. You're not going to defend yourself. You're going to become a victim. And it's bad for you, and it's bad for the society. And that's something that you really have to finish in yourself. I think some people can kind of get away with living their whole life without really needing it, because they had fairly mature parents that didn't do too much damage to them. But I think what we're realizing is that most people actually are pretty messed up inside, and most people actually have a lot of emotional problems. And so I think that when you're in high school, I didn't read the whole... I kind of missed that question too. I think maybe the question was just, do you have advice for someone in high school? I think it's just to remember that you're still going through that developmental stage. You know, you're still a child. You know, even though you are 16, maybe you have a job, maybe you're driving, you know, you really want to grow up and get out of the house. But you are still developing and you're still learning. And that even in high school, I mean, your parents are still responsible for your psychological health and treating you right. And again, my parents didn't treat me right in high school. My parents were very mean to me. They were very dismissive. They were very judgmental. And looking back on that, there's really nothing I could have done at the time to change that situation for me, because I still was dependent on them. You know, I still needed to live with them. I wasn't an adult yet. I wasn't allowed to go out on my own. And once I did move out, that would be my advice, would be, you know, hopefully you can move out as soon as you graduate high school and you go to college. Hopefully you can afford that. I mean, we have a really serious housing affordability problem in America right now, which is something I want to address on this channel. But, you know, hopefully you can get away from them and you can, you know, start thinking about start learning about yourself. And I know most people, when they graduate high school and they get out on their own and they're 18, 19, 20, they just want to party and they just want to get away and they just want to hang out with friends, which I think is great. I think there's an important part of your development that happens over your life that consists of just time passing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just need a couple years to go by. And for you to get some distance from some relationship you were in or a job you had that didn't work out, for you to be able to process that and to be able to learn from it. And I think that's probably a good piece of advice I have for people, is that you are going to be your best teacher because you're the only person that knows everything you've been through. And so when you go through these difficult experiences in your life, you know what that was like and you know how that felt, and you're going to be able to understand it in a way that, you know, I really won't be able to, because you're going to explain it to me, but I have all my own complex feelings and emotions, and I'm, you know, projecting them from my own mind. And I'm like, oh, you know, this person is talking about this thing, but really, you know, I'm hearing it in terms of my own experiences, so I'm really not hearing what they're saying. So I try to do my best to give advice while acknowledging and understanding that it's all kind of filtered through my own life, which is going to be unique to me. And so I'm trying to relate these unique experiences I've had to you so that you can get some advice and understanding about your own life. But, you know, probably the best quality that I have that other people might not have as much as I do, that I'm just kind of lucky to have, is the ability to be introspective. You know, I've always had a really strong, good ability to be reflective on myself and my own actions and my life, and to be able to look and see patterns and say, oh, this keeps happening, or I keep doing this, or I keep thinking about this, you know, why is that? And that's introspection, you know what I mean? The ability to look inside at yourself and not necessarily in a negative way, but it really is about being critical. You need to be self-critical. And by being critical of yourself, that's really the best tool you'll have to improve. You know, nobody improves, nobody gets better without being able to accurately understand where they failed and where they've fallen short. And that's why someone like Donald Trump is a terrible role model. You know, he's not able to be self-critical because internally he's in so much pain from his childhood, from his father being critical to him when he was a little boy, that he has to pretend to be perfect. This is why he always says, everything I do is the best. Everything I've ever done is the greatest. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Every building I built is the tallest and the biggest. Everything I've done all the time is successful. And I've never failed in my life. I've never fallen short. I've never messed up. And it's because he says all that as a cover-up for a deep feeling of shame and inferiority inside. And, you know, that's sad for him, but it's bad for the rest of us when someone like that gets into a position of power, because what you want in your leaders is the ability to know when they've messed up and when they've fallen short. You know, and I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden, but I think it was really good for him to step aside, because I think he's a bad leader. I think he's too old. And I think on some level he came to understand that. You know, he didn't start there, but eventually he was like, you know, he was polling terribly. And I think he looked at that and was like, oh, people don't really want me. And, you know, I do think him stepping aside, he did that for his own selfish reasons to a degree. I mean, Joe Biden has a lot of problems from his own life. He's very petty. He's very selfish. But that's just not something that gets talked about in the mainstream media for certain reasons I won't go into. But I mean, you can look at someone like Donald Trump and really see the little kid inside of him, and which is fine for someone who's just, you know, a random person, you know, who doesn't have any influence. But someone like Donald has huge amounts of influence over the Republican Party, and because he has a lot of influence and power over Republicans, which is half of the political parties we have in America, you know, because we have a two-party system, he has a lot of influence on our government, and that's really bad. I saw Elite said some stuff. Let me read. I'm finishing up high school right now. I will say pay attention to your happiness as much as your success. If to be happy, you need slack off and just play video games for a few days, do it. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, be able to have a back and forth where you're not too serious and you're not working all the time. The problem is really a problem of balance, though, right, Elite? I mean, that's what we're talking about here is I couldn't balance myself. I couldn't accept when I was making good videos and I was successful, and also, you know, when a video wasn't doing as well, I felt really, I always felt bad about myself. You know, there was no good and bad. And so it's really about a balance. You know, the goal is not ever to escape negative emotions. You're never going to escape sadness and depression completely. You know, you're never going to completely cut out tragedy and negativity from your life. The point is to get to a place in the middle where you can balance them and you can feel calm and stable. And you can understand that, you know, sadness is a part of life, and so is happiness. And I think the problem is with people that have been abused in childhood, that abuse has pointed their mind in a certain direction to where it's always focusing on the negative. And I know people like that who are always looking on the dark side. They're always unhappy. No matter what happens to them, you know, they could find $1,000 on the ground and somehow they'll be like, well, you know, man, if only it was $2,000 or something, you know, it never ends. And you can kind of numb yourself to that reality when you're younger. But like, again, for me, I was unaware of these negative feelings inside of me for my whole life. And it wasn't until I got into my mid-30s that I started to kind of my defense, my internal defense mechanisms just couldn't keep up anymore, and I just started to feel worse and worse and worse, and that forced this confrontation with my internal state, and lots of people reject that, and lots of people commit suicide, and that's another thing is that. We're talking about depression. I mean, lots of people don't make it. And I think that lots of people commit suicide in situations where they really just needed a little bit of guidance. And they just needed a little bit of like, hey, you know, this is where you should look, you know, go in this direction, you know, try this. And there's just not enough mental support in our society. And I've definitely been suicidal. You know, I'll make videos about that. I need to talk about that in my videos. But I got through it, and that gives me a certain kind of a certain amount of insight. So I don't want to ignore chat because I know you guys are talking. Let Karl Marx cook. No offense, he's actually saying facts. I know I do look like Karl Marx. I do. I didn't know that until I grew the beard because I didn't really know who Karl Marx was. You know, I had to look it up. But yeah, dude, it's the gray, man. It's the gray. If I had a brown beard, you wouldn't be saying that. Earthen Chant said, I used to have low self-esteem because there were 3 reasons. It's because I was in special ed classes, and because I was in there, I felt so dumb, and I felt like I wouldn't succeed. And second is I'm a junior in high school, and see, this is what I want to be doing instead of playing Roblox. Like, I could just read chat, and we could just talk about this stuff. I'm a junior in high school, and I got way better at math. Now I'm doing geometry, but my self-esteem got better, but I still have it. Yes, and so you actually bring up a really good point there, because I think our education system, I mean, I can't speak for any other country, but at least in America, I think our education system can be just as abusive as our parental system. And that I think it's wrong to group everybody by age, because some people just don't learn as fast as other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you'll get put in remedial classes, you'll get put in special ed, and there's a lot of judgment that comes with that. Oh, this person isn't as good as me, or they're not keeping up, or I'm not as good as those people, or all of my friends are learning faster than me, and that makes me feel very insecure and depressed. And there's a growing rise in depression among I think it's teenage girls, that I think has a lot to do with the standards we have in our society towards women. And I think there's a lot of beauty and comparative. I think that we compare women to one another more than we compare men to one another. And I do think young boys, you know, teenage boys, definitely have a problem with the whole Andrew Tate subsystem and that whole ecosystem, and where they're, you know, getting red pilled and black pilled And I think that they need a positive role model, someone like me. I think that would be cool to make content for them. But I think that they have their own problems. But I think for girls specifically, it's a lot about how you physically look, right? It's a lot of, you know, having a certain body type, and if you don't fit into this box, then you're shamed, and that can be really hard, especially with like social media and Instagram and stuff that I didn't grow up with. There was no Instagram when I was in high school, you know, 25 years ago, and that needs to be talked about. And yeah, but going back to the education system, I think it should be a lot more about your ability, and that we should have people of different ages in classes together. And there should be, first of all, a lot smaller classroom sizes. I think the way we teach, the way we treat teachers in our society is disgusting, because we pay them nothing. We pay them next to nothing. They basically get minimum wage. They're left on their own to buy their own supplies. They get no support, you know, especially here in Texas. The state of Texas has like a $38 billion surplus that they could be using to pay teachers more, to be recruiting more teachers, but they don't want to do that because, and this is again a bigger conversation, but it's because the Republicans want to privatize education so that they can profit off of it. They don't like that we have a public education system, and so they're going to do anything they can to degrade the quality of public education. So when the outcomes get worse, they can point to that and say, look, public education isn't working, we need to privatize it. When situation after situation, state after state, we know that whenever you privatize education and you go to a charter school or a voucher system, the outcomes actually get worse, because there's no incentives there. The incentives are not to educate the students. The incentives are to make money. And in any industry you have where the driving force is to make a profit, what happens eventually is that you get worse quality. Quality will go down over time, and it'll get more expensive. The price will go up, right? So quality goes, that's what capitalism actually does. Capitalism does not breed innovation. Capitalism says profit motive. You have to make money. That's the most important thing. So maybe initially, you know, things will get cheaper, but also I think human beings are just naturally creative. You know, maybe I'm crazy, but I think human beings naturally will innovate. You don't need the profit motive to innovate. And what happens is what I just said, is that when you have a society that's so focused on capitalism and making money, they're going to try to privatize everything. And you know, don't take my word for it. Look at the healthcare industry. We spend more on healthcare per capita than any other country in the world, and yet we don't have the best results. If spending more money on something meant that you made it better, we would have the best healthcare. We don't. Look at the prison system. The United States makes up 4% of the entire population of the world, and yet we house 25% of the world's prisoners. Like, it's seriously hypocritical that we call ourselves the land of the free. There are more people locked up in America than anywhere else in the world right now. It's disgusting, and it's because we privatized the prison system. It's run by private companies. Healthcare is terrible. The justice system is terrible. They're trying I say Republicans, but the Republicans are really just doing the bidding of the wealthy and their corporations. So they're coming for public education. They've already privatized space with companies like Boeing and Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos' company, and SpaceX, which is Elon. And NASA never should have been privatized. That makes me so mad that we just gave up. And the government was just like, yeah, we're just going to privatize space exploration and travel and delivery of equipment up into the ISS. But you also look at the military-industrial complex and how half of our military budget goes to private contractors. And there was a big report that came out. I know I'm going on a rant, but there was a big report that came out less than a year ago that showed without a shadow of a doubt that these private companies are price gouging the government. They're like charging the government like $500 for something that costs them like $5. But there's the private industry has spent decades deregulating the military, deregulating the military oversight. There used to be a lot of oversight in the 90s for these military contractors, a lot of government employees that would compare prices and would shop around. and make these companies compete with one another. And that's all. Look who it is. Look who wants to talk about the military. Hold on real quick, buddy. We got a guest appearance by the skinny kitty. Meow into the mic, buddy. Give me a meow. Say something, I'll let you go. Okay, good kitty. There you go. All right, go get some lunch, buddy. I know you're hungry. Dude, I don't even want to play Roblox anymore because this is like what I want to be doing is talking about this stuff. Okay, I want to go through the chat, guys. We can play some more TDS. I will plan on it. But I do want to respond to what you guys are what you guys are saying in the chat. His name is Skinny Kitty. Hold on. Yeah, I was talking about the military industrial complex, but I started talking about education. So hopefully that answered your question or addressed your comment, Earthen, about school. Why don't I use my old channel? Because this is what I want to talk about on my new channel. I want to talk about society. I want to talk about how we're failing. I want to talk about how we can do better. What did you do during the year you took off from YouTube? Basically what I'm talking about. I learned a lot about this stuff. Yo, Harry, I used to watch your videos. Nice to see that you're coming back. It's good to be back. It's so weird for me to like experience this because, you know, obviously I've been with myself the whole time. I always knew what I was doing. But I guess from your point of view, I did just disappear and now I'm back with a beard. And I'm talking about crazy stuff. That crazy. My beard shakes. It's kind of funny. Talking about the crazy politics stuff. Trump has to maintain a perfect image for votes. No, Trump's, this is what Elite said. No, Trump's perfect image has nothing to do with votes. Sorry, I gotta feed my cats. You know what we could do is I can go live on this channel and we can just like have conversations like this and we could just talk about this stuff and I can answer questions in chat. That can just be like a podcast kind of thing. I don't even have to tie it to Roblox at all because I really don't want it to be gaming. I don't want it to be Roblox. I'm just doing that because I figured that'll get people in here. No! I got disconnected for being idle for 20 minutes. Glad to see you back, Malrus. Good to see you. Anyone that's in the chat that I didn't say hi to yet, hello. I am playing TDS, but I am chatting because this is the kind of the main point of this channel is not TDS. It's not gaming. It is talking about this stuff. Would you vote for someone that says they had the best economy or someone who improved the economy by 5%? That's a good question, Elite, if you're still in here. Man, you guys are chatting. I missed a bunch of chat. I think that, well, first of all, I would never vote for a Republican ever again because they have completely gone off the rails. Like I said, they want to totally privatize education. They have terrible ideas, terrible economic policy ideas. They want to privatize public education. They want to completely eviscerate women's rights as far as abortion and birth control, which I'm a big, obviously a big proponent of birth control. I don't want people to be having children unless they want children. I think that that's a really big part of the abuse I'm talking about is people that want to have sex, getting pregnant and having children when they don't want children. They just want to have sex. And I think we need to detach those two things where you are able to, enjoy a sexual relationship with your partner while also not worrying about bringing a kid into the world. I think that I've known people that didn't really like one another and that got pregnant and were guilted into having the child. And yeah, it's just not good for anyone. It's totally unnecessary. We don't need to live like that anymore. Not gonna lie, I respect you a lot, but I love Trump and I'm voting for him in 2024. I don't care. You guys can vote for who you want to. I'm not here to convince you to vote for Democrats or Republicans or anything. To more fully answer your question, Ali, I think that our relationship and our view of the economy needs to be radically changed. And so when you talk about someone who has a good economy or who improve the economy by 5%, what you're almost always talking about is a benefit to the rich. Who benefits from a strong economy? It's very rarely the workers. We have a great economy right now, by the way, and yet income inequality is at the highest level that it's ever been at in this country. There's a housing affordability crisis where people can't pay their rent. They can't afford to move out on their own. I live with my mom because it's too expensive to live on my own. I was living in Colorado, and it was like $2,500 a month, which I had a nicer apartment. There's no doubt about that. But the average price of a 2-bedroom apartment in America is higher than it's ever been. These are serious problems because wages aren't going up. And so when you talk about the economy, I don't think the answer is to continue to do what we've been doing and continue to have the same kind of conversations that we've been having. I think the solution to our problems is to change the conversation. I think and I have my own opinions on the solutions for that stuff. But I think when you talk about the economy is doing well, what you mean is that the rich people are making money. You don't mean that the working class is really benefiting from the economy. And I think that there is a hypocrisy inherent in our economy where the rich, in order for their corporations to make more money, have to keep wages low. They have to deny the worker health care. Talk to me about the economy when we have a Medicare for all system. Talk to me about the economy whenever we have people that are able to, millennials that are able to afford living on their own, and Zoomers that are able to afford living on their own. And it's always going to be a struggle because capitalism necessitates a class war, which is a different conversation. But as long as you have this class war going on where the rich are trying to capture the resources of the society and the working class are trying to capture the resources of the society, there's going to be this tension there. And you just have to ask yourself, why are the rich in America donating so much money to our politicians? Why are wealthy businesses donating so much money to politicians? Billions of dollars a year go from the rich to our politicians. And it's because whoever controls the politicians controls policy, and they're going to benefit from laws and deregulation and different things that the government does in their favor, as opposed to working for the working class, which is what they should do. But because money plays such a big factor in getting elected, you have to have a lot of money for ads, you have to run commercials, you have to buy ad space online on YouTube videos and whatnot. There's a really big problem in that system. The campaign finance system needs to be reworked. Blue Doom said, I'm not into politics. Then you are probably hating this. Yeah, I'm with Jaguar God. I'm voting for Trump for gas and no tax on tips. I know this was like 30 minutes ago that you guys said this. Think I'm going to head out, sticking around for your new content. Thanks for answering my question. No problem, Pogwater. No matter how bad things get, I'll never commit suicide. I feel like there's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. I think if you don't understand why somebody would feel hopeless enough to kill themselves, then I can understand why you would say it's a temporary problem. For some people, the problem is not temporary. Again, my point is that people become suicidal because they feel this permanent state inside of them that that they're generating this anxiety and this hopelessness. They carry it around with them. It's not a temporary problem to some people. I'm just rolling through the chat now. I'm in high school and I realized that only one who truly cares about me is myself. They got their own life to care about, Fireplace says. That's sad, man. Because that's not what human society is about. That's not what family is about. Family is really a special thing where, you should care about one another. And then, I hope that people have parents that care about them, but a lot of people don't. Also, I gotta agree, being a special needs class made me feel very stupid than other people, and at times I envy others for their smartness, and that just made it worse. Yeah. Well, John Bradshaw said something in his lectures where he said that, education is the only place in our society where time is more important than the job that's being done. And he says, like, the example that he uses is when you set out, like if you and I set out to get to New York or something, right? And you get to New York before me, I don't fail New York, right? It just takes me a little longer to get to New York, and it makes no sense in our education system to say, well, this person didn't learn geometry as fast as these other people, and so they are special needs, or they are a failure. They fail, right? You fail the grade when you don't learn the content fast enough. And I think a lot of kids need more individualized attention. That's what I was saying earlier about teacher funding, is that we need more teachers. We need smaller classroom sizes. And that's a big part of the solution to kind of the shaming and the blaming you guys are talking about, when it's like, oh, I had to go to this special ed class and I felt really bad about it. When really it's not special ed, it's like you're not remedial. We just need a different way to think about education, which is more individualized. Okay, I'm just kind of reading through the chat now. How do you join? I'll give you guys a link before the next game. All you gotta do is join. Oh yeah, you could probably join off my profile, but I'll put the link in the chat. He's switching up his content, which is nice. Thank you, Treasure Hunter. If you were almost 40, then I would think playing a Blox game. Playing video games isn't boring. I like playing Roblox and Fortnite. I just want to have a job that is more impactful on my society. You know what I mean? I want a job that matters. Harry, I found out how to glitch out of the map. All right, Zingy. Tell me about it some other time. I'm not making a video about it. I got kittens recently. How do you pick them up without them hissing? I've never had kittens, and I would assume that you don't have to worry about it because they're just getting to know you. So, maybe be kind to them, give them some space, don't scare them, sit next to them, let them get used to you. Yeah, they have to get comfortable with you. Use brawlers and cowboys so you can read chat more. Okay, good advice. What's up, Skittles? What's up, Toto Bees? What's up, Zyorkic, TB Wolf, Treasure Hunter, Zay, Sideal, welcome back, Broken Sofa, Shock Absorber. I feel like his plan to do is to have Just Heritage channel as a gaming channel. This is exactly Sideal. My other channel is going to be gaming. This will be politics and society. How many cats do I have? I have 2. I feed my cats at 4 and 10 p.m. I feed my cats at like 5 a.m. and like 11 a.m. But they graze. They don't eat all at once. Harry, do you have Cuphead. No. Person 1534. How you doing? Swag Gaming. How's it going? I should run for president, dude. This is my plan though. My plan though is to run for president in the future. In 4 years. Like, wouldn't that be crazy? If I could run for president and get elected president in 4 years, I would be the youngest president in American history. Isn't that crazy? I also think it's crazy to have that dream at this point, and I'm gonna go for it. If you want to make videos about politics, go for it. We will help you no matter what. Let's go, Fireplays. That's what I'm counting on. I'm really interested to see how many view hours I get out of this stream. I'm hoping that I don't know. I'm thinking 100, but I gotta upload videos. I'm not gonna hit monetization by just doing live streams. Harry, how old are you? I'm 39. Do you have a cat cam? No. The skeleton liking fire in the back. Okay. Trying to get to the bottom of chat. Why don't you play TDX while you talk about this topic? Gotta catch up in TDX. No, I played a couple games of TDX. It wasn't that fun, but I think it's because I didn't have towers. So I'd have to, I don't know if I'm going to get into it. Probably not. I have an off-topic question. Have you played Tower Battles Battlefront? Yes, I did a long time ago. Harry, almost all of your viewers are children. Wouldn't you think that talking about politics to children is a little goofy? No random memes. In fact, I think one of the problems with our society is that we don't have these conversations with our youth. You know, I'm not saying, you know, you got to talk to a 7-year-old about economic policy, but definitely a 16-year-old. You know, definitely a high schooler. Yo, what's up, Midnight? Harry, do you F with Cuphead? No. Am I going to play Doors Floor 2? No. Is there a specific ideology that you follow? I would say that I follow my own ideology. If you guys have a question, you're going to have to ask it again because I want to get to the bottom. I don't want to just keep talking up the chat. So if you really care about it, you can ask it again when I get to the bottom. If you could go back into the past and change one thing, what would you change? I would change nothing. I think that if you change even one thing about your past, you change everything, and I'm perfectly happy with where I'm at. You know, I don't want to live a life where I don't make mistakes. That's unrealistic. I want to live a life where I learn from my mistakes and I improve, and that's what I'm doing. And that's what I did over the past year. You know, I got to go through a lot of really hard, difficult emotions over the past year, and I'm better for it. I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change, you know, the trauma and abuse that I suffered in childhood to avoid the difficult emotions. Again, it happens to everyone. Everyone has sadness and hard times, hard emotions. Man, that's just part of being alive. Is you have people you love die, your pets die. You know, you lose relationships that you care about. What would you do if you become president? That's a long answer. I see your views on Republicans, but Trump also said it himself that he doesn't align with a lot of those extreme ideas. He condemned Project 2025. I will answer that when I get to the bottom. I'm not voting for anyone. I'm not American. Thank you, little man. God bless you. I salute you on this Labor Day for not voting and not being American. You're the true hero. Trump has literally said most of the things Harry mentioned. Teenagers making love at a young age is disgusting. I don't know who you're talking about. Teenagers, 11-year-olds having sex. 11-year-olds should not have sex. The society, I think, really needs to do a much better job of protecting kids online. My best friend in Colorado has a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I know for a fact that they have seen sexual images on Roblox. You know those drawing games on Roblox? That they have seen sexual images in those games like 5 years ago, like years and years ago. Like not recently. Like they were exposed to that stuff on Roblox at a really young age. Yeah, and so that's bad, and I'm not encouraging any of that. Yeah. Let me see. Wait till you hear Canadian prices. Canada has the same problems that America has. You think Canada isn't like a capitalist country? If he did say all of that, then yeah, it's not good. But we already had Trump once, and education went by just fine. Elite, my mom was a teacher back when Trump was president, and she was getting paid minimum wage and could barely sustain the family. Kamala's first presidential candidate speech was literally in a random high school. Not American, but this is interesting. Good person. I salute you. I salute everybody that's not American but is listening to me talk about America. You are the true patriots in the chat. You keep the lights on at night. You make the machine run. When is the next makeup stream? Do you remember when I wore makeup a couple years ago? I did do a makeup charity stream on my birthday back in like 2021. Stream froze? Someone said stream froze? I don't think that's true. No, I think we're good. They said that like 10 minutes ago too. What do you think of the new generation? I think they're fine. Who am I voting for? I'm voting for Kamala. I'm going to vote for the Democrat. People bully me. Retro says people bully me in high school just because I like different things in them. It's stupid that life is like that. And it's quite annoying. Yeah, people bully you as an adult because you're different too. Yeah, no, that sucks. I think a lot of the goal for people, a big goal for people is to find people like them. And I think you can really do that on the internet. But sorry to hear about that bullying. I think I've had a lot of friends in my life that were kind of mean, you know, because I like things that were different than them. And it took me a long time to realize that I just didn't need to be friends with them. And that I think a lot of the reason that people put up with people being mean to them is they're afraid to be alone. And I think that's really something that you have to learn as an adult is the joy of being alone. And that really takes away a lot of the power that people have over you when it comes to putting up with abusive behavior by your friends, which I've definitely been abused by my friends, and I've definitely been an abusive person to my friends and girlfriends that I've had, which I'm not proud of, but you know, I had to learn. I had to learn about a lot of this stuff to be able to better communicate and also to be able to better figure out who I even wanted to be friends with, as opposed to just being friends with, you know, whoever was around. I feel like class sizes at the moment are perfect. I don't know where you go to school, random memes, but I know that like they're like 25 or 30 kids, which is too much. I want to say the optimal size for one teacher for learning is something crazy like 8. It's like children need individualized attention to learn, especially at a young age. All right, I think I'm to the bottom of the chat almost. Do you think that tackling the minimum wage would fix most problems? No, because as you raise the minimum wage, corporations are raising prices anyway. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a minimum wage. I am saying that I think that we can do a lot more to reimagine how our society handles wages and affording essential goods. I have some pretty crazy opinions on that stuff. The whole education system needs a revamp, says Toto Bean. Just it does. GDA says bullying in schools is a problem. I seen kids get bullied one by one. Yeah, it is. Kids were bullying even when I was in school, like 25 years ago. How do you feel about extreme inflation in Iraq? How do I feel about Iraq and Afghanistan? I think America destroyed those countries. America was in Afghanistan for 20 years. It's our longest war ever, and we just abandoned them and just were like, all right, we're peacing out. I mean, America's terrible. America is terrible for doing that. Yeah, people pick on people for playing video games. Am I thinking of catching up in TDX, Mr. Kingu? No. What's up, Taika Tinator, Retro, Fireplays? Oh, it's Para. Bazia Creations Return 2, Unknown TDS, Typical, TB Wolf. Just saying hi to everybody in the chat in case you guys are still here and I missed it. Welcome back. Good to see you. Unknown TDS, I am back, and this is what I'm doing now. This is what I'm doing is chatting about stuff, all kinds of stuff. That would be the first time I would be able to vote, and I would be 1 bazillion% voting for you. Let's go, TB Wolf. You are definitely going to vote for me. Harry, the dictator you can trust. That's right. Check out the beard, man. You know that I'm trustworthy because I have a beard that's taller than some people. Elite Commander, hello. I'm doing great, Dr. Xenon. How are you? Is my favorite color still green? It is. The country relies on everyone being politically informed since that's how we know which representative to support. Everyone who isn't into politics will inevitably be in the U.S. That's a great point, Elite. I think in democratic societies such as our own, we really it really hurts us for everybody not to be involved in politics and have an opinion. Even if your opinion is different than mine, I think everybody, I think voting and politics in America is not taken seriously enough at all. You know what I mean? Like, voting day should be a national holiday. Like, we should have a huge social movement around being engaged in our democracy because our elected leaders have so much of an impact on our lives, on our day-to-day lives. And, you know, you look at, like, we talk about Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. I mean, the policies that they advocate for and the laws that they pass and the executive orders that the president signs can have a real impact on the society. And the one I think of personally, because I really enjoy marijuana and I've gone through periods where I've smoked a lot of weed, is weed and drug policy. And we know for a fact that our drug policy is out of date. A lot of it is grounded in racist, divisive ideas from the 70s. That's when the war on drugs started. The war on drugs has been an abysmal failure. And at the very least, we need to have a different kind of relationship with weed and marijuana, and that needs to be decriminalized. It needs to be descheduled. It needs to be regulated and treated a lot more like alcohol. Alcohol is terrible for your body. It's terrible for people. I'm not saying that marijuana has no drawbacks or problems, but it's not as bad for you as alcohol. And yet, you know, alcohol is legal all over the country. You know, you can go into any liquor store here or any gas station to get alcohol in Texas. And yet they're never going to legalize weed, which I think has a lot to do with the tobacco lobby. And the tobacco industry is still very profitable, and they're giving a lot of money to our politicians so that they don't change drug policy. And also the prison industrial complex, the private prisons need to be filled up with bodies. They need to have people in them, so the government will give them money and they'll make a profit. And so those people also have a financial interest in advocating for keeping low-level drug offenses criminalized, putting those people in jail, and so they can just have warm bodies in the prisons. You know, and so our drug policy in that sense isn't, you know, in the best interest of Americans. It's in the best interest of the private corporations that are trying to make a profit. And that needs to change. That's not good. It's bad. It makes me angry. You know, it literally is harmful to us, yet our politicians can't be bothered to really seriously look into it and propose changes and change things. Can you help me beat hardcore? No, I cannot. If you're talking about society, will you be talking about the LGBTQ community? Yes, I will. Let me read chat. What this country needs is Christ, honestly. Jordy says what this country needs is Christ, honestly. No. The Christian church is hemorrhaging members. The America doesn't need Christ. It needs religion, which is a different conversation. But there's a lot of people that do a lot of bad things in the name of Christ, and just saying, well, they just need Jesus Christ, hand waves away the complexity inherent in Christianity. But there's definitely a conversation to be had there. Do you think Turkey banning Roblox was a good choice to protect kids? Yeah, I'm not really familiar with the exact specifications around it. I mean, I think the answer to, like, kids being exposed to harmful information online is the parents, man. The parents need to be more involved in the child's life. The parents need to be emotionally healthy. The parents need to have a good bond with the child. The parents need to know what the child's doing online. And I think that's the only way you're really going to, in any kind of broad scale way, be able to protect children. I think if you're leaving the protection of children up to the government, like banning Roblox, I think you're already failing and you have bigger problems. I keep getting close to the end, and it like... My cat is standing in front. Dude, I got disconnected again. That's crazy. Thanks for listening to me talk, though, guys. This is what I want to be doing anyway. How old are you now? I'm 169 years old. I was bullied because I'm autistic. I'm sorry to hear that, person. That's not cool, man. It's weird how you can only go to special ed classes because of your disorders or just you not catching up as fast on subjects like others, and then you get harassed or bullied about it when you do. Yeah, that's totally messed up. And again, I think it's our entire education system that needs to be revamped to address that. How would you push away the people that you hate? I mean, I think you have to have a certain amount of confidence in yourself and your ability to be alone in order to separate yourself from toxic friendships. You know, does that kind of answer your question? You need to be able to have boundaries. You need to be able to stick up for yourself and tell people, I don't like it when you do this, or I don't like it when you do that. And that person might change. They might say, wow, you know, I don't want to hurt you. You know, that wasn't my intention. You know, I value your friendship. And then they may do something, you know, to not be so mean, but you have to be able to communicate that to them. You know what I mean? In my country, we have 40 to 50 students in a class. Yeah, that's a problem. That's not good. David says, my suicide attempt changed my life for the better. Quick story, last year on my birthday, I attempted suicide and I failed. Since then, I've sought help, and at the moment, I feel a lot better now after like 1 year. Wow, man, that's really tough. I'm sorry to hear that. I've never actually attempted suicide, but I have thought about it. But that's got to be really rough, and there had to be some really serious situations that you were dealing with to get to that point, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better, and I do hope that you were able to get to the source of those feelings and remedy them. You know, for me, I'm pretty convinced that at the heart of all suicidal ideation is the wounded inner child, and that people have something inside of them that feels broken or is damaged. And that you can go in there and you can heal that, and you can recover from that, and you can have a better life after it. And I definitely feel like I've had a better life and a more full, complex life, you know, a life that's more representative of most people by just contemplating suicide and choosing to be alive. But you know, I'm glad that your suicide attempt failed and that you're still here. One of the big things that has really helped me when I felt suicidal was deciding to live for another year and saying, you know what, I'm just going to keep going for another year. If I still feel this bad in a year, then I'll do it. You know, I'll kill myself. But inevitably, you know, my feelings changed, my life changed, and I didn't feel like doing that anymore. And that's how I dealt with it. Wiz, what's up, buddy? What's your opinion on universal basic income? Says Martian Alien. It's good. We need a universal basic income. Can you make a run for POTUS? Yes. Support this channel. My candidacy for president in 2028 starts right now. Thank you for reminding me of the horrible times of my country and giving me PTSD flashbacks. You're welcome. Play TDS, please. I'm getting to the end. I'm to the end of the chat. What do you think about separation of state and religion and secularism? That's a good question. I will try to answer that. I do want to get to the end of the chat so I can play some more TDS, because I do want to wrap this stream up because I've been live for 2.5 hours. But if you guys enjoy the stream, let me know. Be sure to tell also, if you do enjoy this conversation, tell your friends about it, tell your family members about it, and get them to subscribe and get them involved so that we can all talk about this stuff, because I can talk about all this stuff with all of you. I'm not usually into politics, but this is interesting. Oh, thank you, Bullet. Yeah, this is politics. You know, politics is just the allocation of resources. You know, so if we're talking about how to support people in our society so that they're not so depressed, so that they are dating more, so that they are buying houses, so that they are starting families, that's all politics. All right, have a great stream, Harry. I'm going to go to sleep now. It's 4 a.m. All right, sounds good. Smile Online. Take care. Have a good night if you're still here. Have a good sleep. Can we meet each other in your private... can we meet each other in your private server? Yes, you guys can join my private server. Welcome back, Small Little Man. I can't say that to my friends. I'll just let them keep doing whatever. Come on, Builder. I don't know what you're responding to exactly, but if you're talking about what I said about telling your friends about the channel, tell your friends about the channel. Oh, you were talking about boundaries, right? No, but that's the thing. And also, I think it depends on where you're at in your life, man. If you're in high school, it's really tough because you see those people every day. You know, it's not the same as if you're friends with people in public. After high school, you don't have to be around them. In high school, it's very close-knit, right? It's very tight. You can't get away from people. And so I still think my advice stands. I still think that if someone is being mean to you, you can tell them, hey, I don't like it when you talk to me that way. I don't like it when you treat me that way. And, I don't like it, and I'm not going to be friends with you if you keep treating me that way. And I think that, if they're a good person, they'll be receptive to that. School needs to focus more on students' mental health and bullying. I definitely think that school needs to be more influential and more educational about abuse in general, for sure. I also became somewhat suicidal when Technoblade passed. Oh, sorry to hear that, Para. I don't know that person, but that's a YouTuber, I think. Should there be a penalty or tax on companies that maximize profits excessively during these times? Yes, Rezi, there should be. That's a good question. Talking about social problems in society in general fits you so well. Thank you, Zeb Runs. I agree. It's what I'm interested in, and it's what I know about, and it's what I find meaning in talking about, and I think I'm good at talking about it. Party time copy. Harry for president. That's right. Let's go. Just working my way down. What is your opinion on the woke ideology? Yes, I could talk about that. I'm feeling better and doing better. That's good. Harry, what happened in the 1 year that you've been gone? Thank you for the question, Revi. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about now. This is what I'm making content about now. This is what I'm interested in. I went to therapy over the past year that I've been gone. I got help for my mental problems. I'm much more confident. I know what I believe and what I think. And this is what I like talking about, is this stuff. I want to make content about this stuff. I don't want to be pretending to be someone I'm not, which I think I was when I was making Roblox content to a certain degree. I enjoy making content and I enjoy playing video games, but if I ask myself, who am I really as a unique person, as a unique individual, it's this person here. I like talking about this stuff. I like influencing people and helping people and giving advice and improving my society. What's up, Z Shifty? Welcome back. What's up, Liquid? Is it okay that I will always act goofy and stay positive around people even if I attempted suicide? I think that a sense of humor is crucial for life, and I think that people that have very deep emotions, that are very that are able to love very deeply and are able to be hurt very deeply and are able to be depressed very deeply, are people that tend to lean towards suicide at certain times. And I think of Robin Williams. I don't know if you remember Robin Williams. He was a pretty popular comedian. He killed himself, and he was extremely funny, very funny. My dad was really funny, and he killed himself about 8 years ago. And I think that people that are really funny and sociable to a certain extent, that people that have a really strong sense of humor, develop that sense of humor because of an abusive childhood. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be funny when they're children to diffuse the tension in their household. And so that's why they become really good at making other people laugh. But they carry within them a lot of pain. And if that pain isn't dealt with, if they don't go back and heal those broken parts of themselves, then, I think it can ultimately lead to suicide at some point. To anyone that's feeling suicidal, it's not worth it. Not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting others too. Keep on living. You're worth everything, even if you feel useless. Thank you for the positive message, Builder. Rex, the TDS guy, says, looking at it, USA politics are so much different than European. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with European politics, but I think you're right, definitely. Not gonna lie, this is a very interesting conversation to have with people like me. I am 16, almost 17. It's a way for younger people to get introduced to politics and understand how the world works. I think, and you know, this is a point that people make a lot, is saying, well, you know, don't you think your audience is too young to have these conversations? Do you think that you should really be talking to children about sex or suicide or murder? And I think the answer is yes. I think that children, even from a very granted, I don't think most of my audience is 7 years old. I think my audience ranges from probably about 8 or 9 all the way up until probably like early 20s. You know, I think most of my audience is probably early teenage years, probably 12, 13, 14. And those people absolutely can handle serious conversations. I think people are yearning for it. You know, Elite has been in here. I don't know if he's still in here, but Elite has been in here for, I think, an hour or so. And, you know, I think he's 17 or 18. You know, I think people at that age yearn for deep, meaningful conversation. And I don't think the society is providing that to them. I think it's giving them surface level entertainment. You go look at YouTube videos, and just tons and tons and tons of YouTube videos about challenges or just different things like that. And I think that people, I think that there's room. I think there's a market for someone who's, you know, my age, who's, you know, I'm good looking, you know, I look good on camera. I have a good camera. I have a good mic. I think there's a market to talk to young people and even, you know, people in their, well, people of all ages, really. But specifically young people, about the world and the things that matter and seriousness and, you know, depression, because people are struggling with emotional difficulties at a young age, and they always have. We just haven't, you know, had the technology and the ability to talk about it as a culture and as a group of people. And so I think that there is room to have these conversations. And I think, you know, 16, 17, 18 year olds would probably be the most interested, you know, because that's really when you're turning into an adult and you're forming your personality and you're like, you know, looking for guidance and you're searching, right? You're always looking. It's not until you get up into like your 40s or your 50s or your 60s that you become real solidified and you become real staunch and you cross your arms and you're like, this is what I believe and I'm not changing my mind. But society progresses because the young people are open. There's this, right? And that's how just aging just works, right? There's always this constant flow of people, of young people into the society. There's always people becoming of age, growing up and looking around the world and you know, trying to find their place. And I think that, you know, someone asked me about, or someone said that America needs Christ earlier. I don't think that's true. I think America has plenty of Jesus Christ in it. The Christian church is hemorrhaging members. There are less people in the Christian church today than as a percentage of the population than ever before. We are on track, I think, by 2032 to for the first time in American history to be a minority Christian nation, which means that by 2032, less than 50% of the people in the country will be Christian, which is a good thing in my opinion. I think Christianity is a great religion. I think it's one of the most powerful symbol systems ever created by man, but that's the lesson that people like Joseph Campbell have taught me. And Joseph Campbell is like the person that I own the most books from. These are his books right here, these three. The whole top shelf of this bookshelf is pretty much just Joseph Campbell, and his main area of study was comparative religion, where he grew up as a very staunch Christian Catholic. But he was exposed to the Native American religions just by coincidence in his area of the country. He grew up in Buffalo, New York, and he, from a very young age, saw the parallels between the Native American stories and the Christian stories. and that got him interested in comparing these religious structures and and that got him on his path, and I could talk about that at a different time. But I think what America really needs, though, is the guidance that religion provides, and that by having, more Americans becoming atheist or becoming agnostic or non-denominational or not specifically religious, I think that's a bad thing for our society, and I don't like it. I don't want people to not know if God exists or not. I think that for me and the experiences I've had, should I turn this music off? Is this music not going with what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. I know it's those stream beats and it's probably pop music, and I'm just yeah, religion and suicide. Should okay. Don't respond to that person. That person got banned. Don't be weird or gross, or you're just gonna get banned. No, I banned him. God, because I don't have any moderators in here. Mods, where are you? Do your job. Come on. And there's the man retracting his message. I see you. Anyway, my point is that I think it's a failure of our modern American society that we're not providing a religion that is up to date with the science of our times. And there's a lot of conversation around science and religion, and people typically think of it as a conflict between science and religion. And they say, well, it's science against religion. It was a few years ago, there was a debate between a big religious guy and a big scientist. I think it might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson versus some big religious Christian guy. And what Joseph Campbell teaches, revoke that guy's voting rights. Yeah, he's a felon. Felons can't vote. The point that Joseph Campbell makes is that there is no conflict between science and religion. The conflict is between the science of 2000 BC and 2000 AD, and that the issues in Christianity that people are having problems with was considered scientific knowledge of the time, right? And so if you want to think of the science in the Bible being something like, well, where did the earth come from? Where did people come from? Right? Well, those people didn't have modern science, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago when they came up with those answers. And so they did the best they could. And the creation myth in Judaism or in Christianity is their science. And what you have to understand is that every religion is scientifically up to date for the time that it's created. And again, the problem is not the conflict is not between science and religion. The conflict is between an old science and a more recent science. And that the difficulty that we're having these days is that our focus on rationality and critical thinking, I think, have really removed us from the emotional sense of being in our body. And we've gone up here. And religion comes from down here. Religion comes from the energy of the body. And that I think it's this kind of falling away from religion is leading us to, again, a lot of depression and anxiety. And, well, what is life all about? And what is the purpose of life? And where do you go after you die? And is there a God or isn't there? And the answer to the question is yes, there is a God, but it's not the Christian God. God as a word is a metaphor for the creative mystery from which we all come, is the answer. And all of these different religions have their own gods. The mistake is getting caught up on your God and being no, there's only one God and it's my God and there's no other God and nobody else can claim to know God but my little people, the Jewish people or whatever. That's wrong. But the idea of God is a universal need, right? I think people really need that connection with the unknowable mystery of their own existence. Where do people come from, and all of that stuff. I'm kind of getting lost on chat again. I'm like talking for a long time and not reading chat. Is the Just Harrison channel discontinued, says Thumpster? No. I want to turn it into a gaming channel eventually, and I am going to stream Roblox on it until this channel gets a lot more popular. So no, I'm still there. Do you think a childhood can matter at becoming a weird adult? Yes, Pedro, good to see you, and that's a great question. Yes, your childhood has an incredible impact on your adult life. I think people are different. I think people would think I'm weird. I think people look at my beard and think that it's a weird beard. Weird beard. That kind of rhymes. And so weird is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think kind of what you're talking about when you say weird is a neurosis. And so a neurosis is like a mental illness that you get from a maladaptation in childhood. And so if you had a parent that was like a germaphobe when you were a child, they're going to pass that. That's a neurosis. They're going to pass that down to you. And you're going to be like, oh, people that don't shower every night before bed are gross and disgusting. That's kind of a neurosis. That's not true. Obviously, people are going to have different personal hygiene choices. And you definitely want to be showering on a regular basis and have a healthy relationship with, keeping yourself healthy, washing your hands and whatnot. But someone who, has to wash their hands, for 5 minutes every time or every 15 minutes or something like that, that's a neurosis. And that comes from something inside their unconscious from childhood, some idea or image that got stuck down there that needs to be addressed. Because those neurotic impulses and tendencies can actually hurt you. What do you think about the Mr. Beast drama? Yes, I have an opinion on that. Bro, I went to do something for 1 minute and Elite is in chat. Elite's been in chat. For my age, in my teens, I don't mind talking about this, says GDA. Exactly. No, I think lots of people I agree because I just turned 16. I've never had a serious conversation with my friends, nor do they care about that stuff. Yeah, Rex. I think that a lot of 16... again, at 16-year-olds, you don't have necessarily have conversations about this stuff because you don't have the life experience. I'm 15, but I'm still getting croups that led to actual severe injuries and damaging me both physically and mentally really heavily and is by far the worst experience of my life. Did you say cramps? I'm 15, but I'm still getting cramps that led to actual severe injuries. I don't fully understand the question there, Creations. Oh no, he said I'm running out of battery. I think the internet today desensitizes violence. I think you're right, the man. I think human existence naturally desensitizes violence, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. Every time Harry gets to the bottom, 50 more comments appear. No, it did. It literally, I got to the bottom, and then it just goes back up. What's the best way to deal with an abusive family? Well, it depends on what age you are, Pedro. If you're under 18, if you still have to be around the family, if you still live with them and you can't get away from them, I think that that's a complex problem, and that's a situation that is very difficult to deal with. Again, the best way to deal with an abusive family, if you're an adult, if you're growing up, if you're self-sufficient and independent, is going to be to cut them off. And I've definitely gone through periods where I've cut my family members off. And, I've said, yeah, you don't get to talk to me because you can't be respectful. But if you're a kid... I would say deal with it the best you can, and hopefully once you become an adult, you can move away and get your own life, your own house, your own apartment or something. You said at the start everyone could be mods. Yeah, I did. I was joking. Who got banned? Some guy. Oh my gosh, I'm gotta get into the bottom again. So Elite says, came up with those answers. Can you admit religion is non-existent? He says, religion can be hindering human development if people are focusing on their efforts on pleasing a non-existent God. and not living their life to a full extent because they believe it'll be rewarded in the afterlife. So the point that Joseph Campbell makes is that religions are really mythologies. He uses those terms interchangeably, and he says that a mythology serves 4 functions in a society, okay? And so I think the problem is that we don't understand religion, and that's I think religion is appropriate to human development. I think human beings have to have religion. Anywhere you find people living without some kind of spirituality, you find people that are detached from their own true nature, and they fall into despair. They fall into depression. People need a belief in something bigger than themselves. They need to believe, or they need to understand their place in this kind of random, crazy, chaotic universe. And that's one of the functions that religion serves. So just to go over them real quick, the first function of mythology is to put a person into accord with the awe of existence. And so what Campbell means there is that the first thing that a religion should communicate to you is the just ineffable scope of existence, of life, and how just uncomprehendable life is. And it should kind of humble you before the mystery of life, and that which is the mystery of ourselves, right? So that's the first function. The second function is to God, I haven't thought about this in so long. The first function is the second function of a mythology is to provide the person with a view of the cosmos, right? So the first function puts you in a state of awe before all of existence, puts you in a state of amazement. The second function is to give you a mental map of the cosmos, of the universe, of your life, of the world, of where you are, where are we, to put us in relationship. Basically, I think it's kind of a step down from the first function. Basically, it's how is that awe communicated to people, right? The awe is something that we can't really talk about because it goes beyond words and it goes beyond language. And that's the reality of God. If you're really talking about God, you really can't talk about God, because if you're really talking about the mystery of all life and existence and where we come from, that mystery extends beyond our ability to think about it. Right? And so this is one of the most crucial points of Kant. Probably the most influential philosopher ever is Immanuel Kant. And he introduced this idea of the categories of thought. And so that's the point that people like Campbell make, is that we can only think about things in these categories. And by thinking within categories, we've already cut out God. God is beyond categories. And there's actually a pretty good symbolism in Christianity that I like a lot, in the Garden of Eden, and how Adam and Eve got kicked out of the Garden of Eden because they ate from the tree of knowledge. Well, what was the knowledge that they gained by eating that fruit? Well, it was the knowledge of the pairs of opposites, right? The knowledge of good and evil, the knowledge that men and women are different, right? It's when they ate from that fruit, they became aware that their bodies were different, and they became ashamed, right? They covered themselves up. And before that, people had never worn clothes. They didn't cover themselves up. There was no shame, and there was no difference before the original sin, as it's called, of the difference between man and God. There was no, people couldn't comprehend, right? Adam is a symbol for mankind. So there was no difference between God and man. There was no comprehension of the difference between the creator and the thing it has created. And it's only by becoming aware of those categories of thought, which the most basic category is duality, right? Good and evil, bad and good, us and them, here and there, now and later, future and past, all of these dualities that we live between. That once people became aware of that duality, and there's I think a really good symbolism here of being aware of that, which the ultimate duality is life and death, right? Being aware that I'm alive now and I'm going to die later creates a huge problem in the human psyche that animals don't have to deal with, you know? And when we were monkeys, you know, running around on the plains of the Sahara. Okay, Fireplace, I can see in my chat that you're going to leave. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. But when we were animals, before we evolved out of our animal consciousness, there are people that say, and I agree with, that the thing that really separates us from the monkeys and from the apes and from the animals and really makes us people is the awareness of death. And that right there is symbolized in the eating of the fruit in the garden. You know, by eating that fruit, by eating the fruit, we become aware that there is such a thing as death, which then makes us aware that there is such a thing as life, and that creates all this anxiety inside of us because I'm alive right now, but I could be dead tomorrow. Whereas, you know, my cats are chilling on my bed right here, completely oblivious to the fact that, you know, they're gonna die. And it cuts that knowledge cuts human beings out of a certain blissful ignorance that the animals have that causes problems for us. And I think a big purpose of religion is to help us alleviate that anxiety and to help put us back in touch with the eternal. You know, oh, well, that's, you know, you mentioned the belief in an afterlife. Well, we don't have to be so worried about dying because there's another life after this one. And that's the function that serves, is to allow us to live this life, you know, and not be so freaked out and worried and stressed and scared of dying that we don't actually get to live because our lives are so fragile, which they really are. And, you know, just speaking of my cats, you know, I had two boy cats that were brothers. One of them got heart disease and died really rapidly. It was like 3 months from him like developing the final stages of heart disease and him dying. And he died, and his brother didn't react. You know, his brother just kept going. There was no sense that he, you know, there was nothing there. There was, you know, obviously they had a relationship and they had spent their whole lives together and they were very highly bonded, but they're just not bothered by it for the most part the way we are, because they don't have that ability up there. But anyway, to real quickly go over third and fourth functions. Also, I don't think I'm going to play Roblox anymore today, guys. You know, we really got away from that, which is good. I only got to play a couple of games, but yeah, I've already been on for too long, so I'm not going to play TDS again. But we will do more of this where we can play. No, sorry, I'm not. I'm going to end the stream soon. Actually, I want to head off. I need to eat. But I am planning on talking for like another 30 minutes probably because I want to answer these questions. No, I'm sorry, Stellar. I'm tempted to do another stream like this tomorrow. Well, see, I'm like, I can't say like, yeah, we're going to play another game because there's no guarantee that you would get in that game and you waited, you didn't get to play anyway. But I will be doing more Roblox, and I appreciate you hanging out and watching. The thing is like, I don't know if I'm going to have time to make that other video tonight, and I need to make more videos for my channel and not just do live streams. So I'll plan on making a couple more videos, and before I do another live stream, but, I'll probably do the live stream the same way where I start the stream on my other channel and then I come to this channel. And, yeah, but anyway, just to wrap up the religion thing, so the first two functions, the first function is in awe of the universe. The religion is supposed to put a person in a relationship with the universe of awe and amazement. The second function is to provide a cosmological image. The third function is sociological, right? The third function of a mythology or a religion is to provide a kind of social structure for the person to live within. And you see that in a religion like Judaism, where they have really strict laws and really strict rules, right? You can't have, what is it? You're not supposed to use to do any work on the Sabbath, or you can be killed. You're not supposed to use lights or something from sundown from the beginning of the Sabbath to the end of the Sabbath. You can't use lights, right? You can't use electricity. You're only supposed to use candles. But there's more though, right? You can't eat fish. I think Christianity is like you can't eat fish on Fridays or something. I don't remember them all specifically. But they have these real strict laws and rules that you can be killed and murdered for breaking. And so that's the sociological function. And then the fourth function is the psychological function. It's the mental function for the individual. And it does things like give you an image of life after death so that you don't break down psychologically. The man said pork. Yeah, so I don't know that stuff specifically. But yeah, they have all those like nonsensical laws. Well, it's meant to bind a group of people together. Right? Lots of Hasidic Jews, or I think they're like called just the traditional Jews, have really big beards, right? And they have the dreidels or whatever, they like curl their sideburns or whatever. Or I don't remember what it's called. I don't know the words of a lot of that stuff. But the wearing of the kippah, right? The little hat on their head, because it's considered, disrespectful for God. God is looking down at you from heaven. That stuff is all nonsensical. It doesn't mean anything actually, but it's a part of their religion, and it binds those people together, and it also binds them to the eternal mystery of life, which I think serves a very important purpose for their psyche. The beard is honestly cold, says hi. If you're still here, hi. What does that mean? Does that mean it's good or bad? I don't know. Elite, your comment is so right. My mom makes her whole life about Christianity and God, so most of the time she's praying, and 95% of the pictures in the house are about Jesus. Yeah, that's extreme, Builder. Were you the one that talked about committing suicide? Because I bet that has something to do with it. Also, Harrison, weird beard. That rhymes. Speaking of childhood trauma, how do you feel about people that are sterilizing children? Nobody is sterilizing children. If you're talking about children getting sterilized, you have been misled and misinformed. Thoughts on the growth? Oh, I'm not that far away from you guys. Oh, no, I am far away. You're just repeating the same question. Oh, my gosh. There's so much chat I have to read. Did I quit my old channel, says Gorilla Gaming? No, I did not. I'm just making content on this channel now. I kind of like the live stream, says Egg. Thank you, buddy. That's what the stream is all about. No Nims says goated stream. Goated is right, bro. Appreciate the support. Oh, wow. There's a lot I didn't read. Thoughts on the growth of alt-right politics in Germany, as currently political party with the alt-right connections has been elected in the German state. I don't know a lot about that, the man. I do know that the right-leaning, like fascist ideology gets more popular as the problems in capitalism get more pronounced. I don't know enough about neoliberalism and liberal politicians in general, but my impression is that neoliberalism is essentially like a economic belief in free markets and privatization, while also supporting like gay rights, I think. It's actually does not solve the problems caused by capitalism. It's kind of funny that a lot of people are calling me Karl Marx, because what Marx presented in Marxism is Marx was around at the beginning of capitalism, by the way. He was there at the advent when capitalism started, and he was able to understand a lot of the problems inherent in the capitalist system of private ownership and the exploitation of the workers, and he provided a lot of answers. And I think that the reason our capitalist system here in America pushes anti-Marxism so hard, as opposed to just educating people about Marxism. They don't want you to know what Marxism is about. They want you to have an emotional reaction to it, and they want you to hate it, because I think they are threatened by it. And so I think that the rise in these, because America has a pretty popular right-wing movement as well, maybe not as popular, but I think that the people tend to become more like Naziist or fascist, or resort to violence more often when their basic fundamental needs aren't being met, when housing is too expensive, when food is too expensive, when healthcare is too expensive, when you have no hope for the future, when it doesn't seem like things are ever going to get better for you. I think people tend to go right. Those right-wing belief systems tend to capture more people because they give you someone to blame, which is typically poor people, which is minorities, right? Oh, well, blame the immigrants, which is ridiculous. The problems are the wealthy. It's so obvious. It's the rich hoarding the resources, redistributing the wealth from the workers up to the corporate class. But they use their media resources to manipulate you and spread propaganda that, oh no, it's actually the immigrants coming over that are causing the problems, not the wealthy that are more wealthy than they've ever been before. They're not the ones that are making education unaffordable and making this giving you the sense that upward mobility is impossible. No, it's the other poor person. Give me a break. To me, Harrison, you look like Santa with that beard. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm Santa Claus bestowing my gifts on all of you. Solar says your mom just wants you to honor God. No, that's not true. Typically, people use religion as a way to as a way to deal with their internal trauma from childhood. You really can't say what her intentions are. And again, what does it mean to honor God and in what way? You know what I mean? Why is her way of honoring God the way to do that? You know what I mean? I'm going to mute the music. It's such a complex topic that there's all different ways. Oh, someone said something about Islam and I missed it. I'm sorry. Something about, I lost it. Anyway, I have a lot of the same beliefs about Islam and Judaism and Hinduism and Buddhism. Out of topic question, have you ever played Tower Battles Battlefront? No. Yes, I did a long time ago. Did you quit your old channel? No. I'm going to listen to these streams while I'm grinding TDS. Okay. Rizzler, what is up? How's it going? Good to see ya. Need to go since I have to wait for my niece and later go to university. All right, sounds fire. Sounds good, Murray Lonat. Take care, buddy. Thanks for hanging out. Religion only becomes hurtful when you take it too seriously. Replying to Solar, my mom says that Jesus is in the photos. I tell her to stop taking so many because she took up all of our storage on our phone. And she says no. Yeah, and see, there's the mistake, Solar, like talking about, well, it's only a problem when you serve the wrong God. Like, who are you to talk about right and wrong God? That's this idea, again, of us and them. Oh, my religion is the right religion and every other religion is wrong, which is ridiculous in 2024. You have to understand what these religions are, that the religions are all talking about the same thing ultimately, deep down. Are they being used for bad things? Of course, yeah, bad people have used religion and economics and, government for bad things. The religions themselves usually convey a really deep spiritual message that people need in their lives. I think the problem we're having now is that people don't understand this. People don't understand the role that religion is supposed to play in a society, and that's why people are leaving Christianity or leaving their religions, is because the religion is not serving the functions that it properly should be. My sisters aren't Catholic and don't believe in a God because my mom was crazier about it before and forced them to pray. Yeah, and that's the other thing is, like, I was forced to go to church as a kid when I didn't care and it didn't mean anything. And for a long time, I considered myself atheist, but it's really been significant for me to learn and realize in my life that I think the religious point of view is the proper point of view. I think everyone should be religious. Everyone should have a spiritual connection to something deeper than their temporary existence in this life. I think the problem is like religious extremism, like fundamentalism, zealotry. I think that stuff really does a lot of damage to people and turns people away from, a thing that we all really need. What's up, Jad Memes? On your computer now. A lot of people are mixed up. I did as well coming up as a Christian. I used to focus on doing all these good things, but never focus on my relationship with God. Yo, what's up, Red Man? You missed a lot. Where have I been? Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is what you missed. Me making a YouTube channel that talks about all of this stuff now. Harry, off-topic question, but do you still play Battle Cats? I do. I love Battle Cats. Battle Cats is so easy to play. I play it every day. How do you feel about Brain Rot? I love it. I have it. I wish I would get some more. If I was in your sister's shoes, I probably wouldn't believe either because she would force them to. Sorry, you guys had to go through that. The beard is fake. It's not fake, Fury. You're fake. Jesus is always the answer. Blood, it's real. It's not. This is a real beard, all right? I grew this for 13 months. You can be serving the right God, but taking every word that they say to heart can be hurtful to you and the other people around you. Yeah, my mom is a good mom. It's just the Catholic part with her just forcing the stuff onto us that makes my sisters and me not too happy with her. You can use them to guide your life, but don't make their words your whole life. Hey, I wonder how things started out with old Harry. Oh, how did things happen with old Harry? Old Harry. Yes, go watch that video and be shamed because I'm at 100,000 subscribers. Will YouTube be your job? YouTube has been my job for the past 4 years. I find it strange why God is Christianity didn't forgive them. Yeah, Christianity has lots of contradictions in it, right? Like Jesus died for our sins on the cross. Well, Jesus died for the original sin that Adam committed. And so we are all born free from the debt that we owe, but yet we still owe a debt for some reason. And we still have to accept Jesus. And if we don't accept Jesus as our Savior, then we're not saved. And then we're going to hell. It's all very funny. He believes we evolved from monkey. This is so peak. All right, see if Fire plays. I think I said that by. If you take the God of the Bible's words, you won't be liked by everyone, but you won't hurt them if you truly follow God. Dude, I feel like I'm so far behind again. Am I? I'm not going to be able to read every comment in chat. This is not going to work. This is crazy. Appreciate the engagement. I mean, this is 45 viewers, and I already can't keep up. So if we're going to create an up-to-date religion, someone would have to be the arbiter, since knowing a religion is fake ruins its purpose. Religions aren't fake. That's my purpose, Elite. Religions are not fake. Religions are very deeply spiritual symbol systems that connect people with an aspect of life that you can't get from your reason system up here in your brain. I would say that religions are maybe the most authentic part of life. Please do not make accusations without knowing anything about it. Colossians 3:12-13. Not to be that guy, but can we play now? Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna hop off in 15 more minutes. But I appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting. What's up? Don't burn yourself out, Harry. Don't worry. I'm just getting started. Thoughts on the growth of far-right politics? I answered that. Is this your main channel now? I want it to be A. This person's name is just A. Yes, I want it to be. 200 more subs before 2K. Let's go. Yeah, well, I'm gaining subs relatively quickly from my other channel. As people find out that I have this channel, they're subbing. I mean, I have 140,000 on my other channel. It'd be nice if I got 10,000 of that. That would be crazy. If I got 10% of that following here, which would be 14,000, that would be crazy. You look like Alcoholic Santa. I will take it. Harry, are you religious? I would say I am religious, yes. I'm kind of interested in learning more about Christianity. You should watch some YouTube videos about it. What's up, broke boy? Cold equals good. Okay, thank you. Because someone the other day was saying hot, Someone's like, ooh, that's, typically like that person is hot. That means that they're good looking. But now I guess it's cold. It's so cool. I think it's interesting looking. I don't think it's too crazy yet. A new YouTuber is like a plant. If you treat it badly, it will die. But give it the right nutrients and it will grow, says Quote Master. I don't know what the F you're talking about, Quote Master. I'm not dying. and I don't rely on anyone else for sustenance, dude. I want to read all your chats, guys, but it's not possible. Why a new channel? Because I wanted to talk about this stuff. Tomek Lore 1. Mindy says, thoughts about physical discipline on children, especially with how it could damage their views of their parents. Children don't need to be physically disciplined if you're talking about spanking. Spanking is just physical abuse. We already know spanking doesn't help. Spanking does not do any good. Children do not need to be spanked. They can be controlled and coerced in other ways. I didn't come from that much of a religious background, and I cannot really relate to anything said at the moment, but my country is 98% Christian, and I have heard a lot of cases of parents forcing religion on kids. I mean, that's the main way that religion is transmitted, is from the parents to the children. I mean, I guess I wasn't ever really Christian, but my mom grew up very Christian and very Catholic, and she carried that into my childhood, but even she eventually got away from it. Do you think you're going to alienate some of your viewers with this new channel? The whole point of this new channel is to get new viewers, man. Know what I'm saying? Hold on. W Stream says GDA. Thank you, GDA. I appreciate that. Also play video games on the other channel. Yeah. What's up, Kevin? It's true, but people claim to be certain religion, but never act like it. What's up, cool Cybertronian? How's it going? I do have a beard now. Harry, you look tired. I always look tired, bro. I mean, I am tired. I didn't eat lunch. I didn't take a nap. That's why I have to go eat. That's why I have to go eat after this stream. When was the last time I played TDS? Like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. We were just playing it, and I played it on Saturday. This is true. I don't know her intentions, but in the Bible, God commands to pray consistently. I'm not meaning pray every second of your life. Where would you say you are on the political compass? I would say I'm outside the political compass, but I definitely lean more towards like a free market socialist attitude, right? Like, I believe that the free market is, for the most part, the best. First of all, I believe the top 3 inventions ever. God, I already forgot them. I already forgot what I was gonna say. The greatest creation. What was the greatest creation ever? I was just thinking about this. You have to write this stuff down. I think the greatest creation. Oh, that's what it was. It was religion is the greatest human creation. The economy is the second greatest human creation, and the law is the third greatest human creation. And so I think that, as far as being able to organize ourselves and provide a high quality living for everybody, that that a free market economy for the most part does that well. I also think it's a fact that there are certain sectors where the free market is terrible and cannot function because there are not very basic market forces like elasticity of demand and whatnot. I think healthcare is one of them. I don't think there should be a private healthcare system. I don't think there should be a private education system for the most part. Now, I'm not saying that there can't be, healthcare facilities that rich people utilize because they pay a lot of money, or that there can't be educational facilities that rich people utilize because they pay a lot of money. But for the most part, I think that the free market has it's like a boat with holes in it, right? Capitalism isn't perfect. It has shortcomings. There are certain problems that it cannot solve. And I think that's where you come in with like a socialistic attitude of like the government kind of handling certain markets. A really good example would be the military. The military in its very nature is socialistic, but it has a big capitalist aspect of it with the private companies that develop the gear that the military uses. But the government runs the military. The government handles the training. That's socialism. Why did your bio say she, them? No, that's not satire. Those are my chosen pronouns. You better use them. I live in a country with a lot of religious tension, so I say religion should play a bigger role, but those differences between different branches will become more pronounced. It's having faith. I believe that God is the only true God, and I'm going to try and save others from death. Yeah, same for my sisters and me. They got forced to go to church. What's up, Cola Man? You should get your beard braided. I told someone I was going to do that earlier. I don't know how to do it, but I think I could totally braid it and then look like a Viking warrior. What's up, Raphael? 10th anniversary of Battle Cats soon. Let's go. Do you think you'll eventually talk about the U.S. and its funding towards Israel and the bombing of Palestine as a video? I do, Frosty. I'm a big supporter of the Palestinian people, and I think that the relationship the United States has with Israel is very problematic. That has nothing to do with the Jewish people that live there and the Jewish religion at large. I think a lot of really unscrupulous people will conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, and they know what they're doing, and they're not good people. I think that there's a lot of problems inherent in the existence of the state of Israel where it is. I think it's always going to be at a state of war, just in its very nature. And I think that the Palestinian people absolutely deserve a right to live a peaceful life and a state of their own. Do I have a religion? No, not specifically. So what are you in the LGBTQ? Are you actually using she, they pronouns? Because it says that in your bio, says Chatterfox. You don't have to be in the LGBTQ community to use pronouns. Everybody uses pronouns. I am a person. I'm a human being. I'm a man. I'm a straight man. I don't belong to the lesbian. I have to read it to know what the words are. Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer community. But I do think it's awesome that we live in an era where people are choosing their pronouns, because nobody did that 20 years ago. And I think it's a symbol. Again, the most important parts of life are the symbols. The symbol systems of religion are the most powerful things in life. And I think it's a shame that we don't have a modern religious system that is attracting people and holding people to the deeper spirituality inherent in life. But anyway, it's the same thing in the pronouns. It's like, if you're gonna ask me my pronouns, like, I want to use she, them pronouns. Like, if you're gonna tell me I don't have to have he, him, and I can choose anything, I choose she, them. And I think that's awesome. I think it's really funny. Now, I can't force you to honor my pronouns. But, I want to choose what kind of life I live. I want to choose my identity. I want to choose my values and what's important to me, and my religion, and, my community, and all how I look, how I express myself. I have a beard now. And so, yeah, if you're going to ask me my pronouns, those are the pronouns I choose. And if you want to be respectful, actually be respectful, then you will refer to me in third person as she, them, right? Again, when you use pronouns like that, you're only talking about how you talk about someone when they're not around. You would never use she, them to my face, right? Because you would say you, right? Yeah, that's my kind of short answer. What's your take on the Mr. Beast drama? I think Mr. Beast is like a 26-year-old kid. I know you asked me this earlier, or someone did. I think Mr. Beast is a 26-year-old kid. It's awesome that he's made himself successful, but he's no different than any other capitalist. He wants to make a lot of money. He said that publicly before. There's plenty of recorded documents of him saying, "I want to make a lot of money." And so that's his goal. And so he's going to do things along the way that are sus, and that are not on the up and up, and that, he's not special in the sense that he knows something that other people don't know, or that he has some special life experience. I think, if anything, he doesn't have life experience. All he's ever known is his YouTube channel. I think I don't know when he started. I got to educate myself on that, but in general, yeah, he was bound to make a lot of mistakes. You know, the guy's the most popular YouTuber in the world. Or ever, you know, he should be held to a certain standard, and he should not be, you know, abused, like psychologically torturing like that guy. I mean, I'm kind of familiar with what he did to that guy, right? Like putting him in a room and not turning the fuck. I cussed. I can cuss on this channel, right? Not turning the effing lights off. I mean, that's torture, literally. I mean, that's not okay. But you know, the guy's a 25-year-old dumbass. You know, of course he's gonna do something stupid like that. When you give a kid a bunch of money and power, they're gonna abuse it. You know, he doesn't have guidance that he needs. I know, Atomic. Please don't clip it. Christy Gamer says, hi, Harry. I'm back from a TDX 4-hour grind. What's happening? Oh, just talking about religion. All right, you're going to get banned, Sideal. All right, you're cruising for a bruising. We are not all born free. I'm still trying to read all the comments. We are not born free. I'm not sure where you heard that. Christ died for the people's sins who truly believed in him. If you do not believe in Christ, your sins are not forgiven. Here's the thing, Solar. I don't have sins. Your whole belief system falls apart when I don't participate in it. I was not born in original sin. Adam did not speak for me. Christ did not die for me. You know? If that's your belief, you can believe that for yourself all you want, you know, but the line gets drawn at me, you know, at other people, you know. You can believe I'm going to hell all you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It makes no impact on my life. You know, the problem is people who believe something like that, getting into a position of power in the government and then using that government power to impose their beliefs on others and basically be like, well, you know, you have to have the 10 Commandments in, you have to have the 10 Commandments in the classroom, and you have to pray every day or something like that. That's when it becomes a problem. What's up, ADCR5YT? How are you? Do you think most of the subs are from your other channel? Absolutely, little man. They are. Hey, Harry, who's the skeleton in the back? That's my biggest TDS fan waiting for new content. I like to listen to the stream, but this one I like a lot more. Thank you, GDA. I'm glad you guys are liking it, man. I've had 50 viewers the whole time, which is amazing. I appreciate you guys supporting me. Jordan State came back in for the curse word? Dude, of course he would, man. It's his fault. Blame him. What's your opinion on the current global economy right now? What do you think about abortion? I support... Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot read all the comments. I know a lot of you have said things to me. I can read them, but I just can't give you in-depth... I'm going to speed run here because I got to end the stream. Are you going to stream more on this channel? Yes, I am. What's up, CyBlurGD? How's it going? I'm still alive. Yes. Rizzler, hello. Dude, I'm realizing that I just scrolled past a bunch of comments. Oh my God. Do you actually use she, they pronouns? Yes, if you're going to ask me my pronouns, I do. I was working on my TD game, but I'm going to release a hot take that I feel like needs to be heard. I respect Harry's opinion, but in my opinion, I don't think people should vote for Kamala earlier, and here's why. What do you think about abortion? I support it. What's your opinion on the global economy? I don't know the global economy. I know the American economy is doing fine. For this, which is why he switched to independent. I just can't believe that our bodies work perfectly, and without everything working together, we die. That can't be random. It has to be done by a perfect, amazing creator. I would prefer a centralized government with more intervention than a decentralized one where inflation is way more pronounced in such economies. Harrison, do you podcast now? I guess that's what this is. I guess this is a podcast. Yeah. What's up, Kalavac? How you doing? I should make a podcast, Atomic. You forgot War Machine? I don't know what that means, Butter. What is War Machine? Do podcast. You're going to do good in that. Thank you, Kala. It feels like both Israel and Palestinians didn't really do great things to each other. That's a long, luscious beard for a she, them, even better. This will seem kind of odd, but spanking kids is okay in my opinion, but it depends on the amount of force used. My mom wouldn't hit me with a belt, just a hand, but getting spanked kind of maybe more mature. No, Cardboard, that's not true. And it's not just my opinion that spanking is useless. It's actually been studied that we know for a fact that it's called corporal punishment. Corporal punishment, spanking children doesn't make them obey. It doesn't make them better. It changes them. They may get better at pretending. They may get better at hiding themselves. It doesn't actually change them. It only scars them, and that people that suffer from physical abuse when they grow up have a lot of emotional and mental problems. Hey Harry, it's me, Yummy Hamper. I have one question. Why did you quit for a while and start this new channel? What's up, Chance Gaming? Welcome back, Hamper. Yes, I started a new. I quit. I'm trying to talk quickly. I quit my other channel so that I could focus on myself and go to therapy and get mental help and feel better about myself and more confident. And I started this new channel because this is what I want to do. I'm a German person. I would vote for you, Harrison. You would make a great president. Thank you, GDA. I will take your vote. Wikia has engineer. You're saying that my skin should be War Machine? It's not even possible for people to have that tower. Is that what the joke you're making? You want me to have a skin for a tower that nobody has? It's actually kind of cool. I mean, if they would give me War Machine, I would take a skin for that one. In third person, you should use pronouns, but in first person. Exactly, Nico. Even though Mr. Beast is amazing to many people, but in many intuition, I feel like he isn't a good person inside because I feel like he is doing this for clout and views, and no one is talking about him. He's definitely doing it for clout and views and money. Shut up, guy, or I'm going to ban you. I'm not cutting my beard. Keep saying it, and I'm going to ban you. I just started this channel. You're going to be the second person ever banned if you don't shut up. I don't care that you don't like it. I love that you guys tag me, and it's just my name. It's not just Harrison. I actually don't mind that my name is Harrison is Harrison on YouTube, even though it's a super long name. Yeah, no, I mean, again, Mr. Beast is probably not that bad of a person. He's an immature kid. That's the problem. Is choosing these pronouns something we should even support, though? You still clearly know you're a straight male, but some people, part of the LGBT community, believe they are a different gender. Yeah, the whole point with the whole gender conversation is that it's all made up, Elite. You know, all of the pronouns are made up. You know, all of the concepts around them are constructed. You know, what makes a person masculine in our society, you know, doesn't necessarily make them masculine somewhere else. You know, I think the point is personalization. We're shifting to a society or a world that is more focused on the individual and less focused on fitting you into these boxes. And so, you know, if someone like me, you know, I'm a male, you know, biologically my sex is male and I'm a man, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm not questioning that. But there are people that there's a lot more complexity to it, and there are people that are intersex, right? It's not so clear which sex they are, and the whole gender concept in general, which is what the pronouns are. The pronouns have to do with your gender. Is all invented anyway. And if someone wants to, you know, be a man, if someone like me wants to have a she, them, who cares? How does it affect you at all? You know, it doesn't. And but of course, for me, I don't care. But for some people, you know, they maybe, you know, it's very important to them to identify as female, as she, her. Or even non-binary. That's the other thing, is it's not just about that binary dichotomy. It's also about people who want to be neither and want to be asexual, want to be they, them. It makes no impact on your life or anyone else's, and that's their choice. And I think that the society as a whole benefits from giving people those options, and it doesn't hurt anyone. So where should we draw the line? Should people be able to genuinely believe they're animals? But see, you degrade the conversation and you demean it by saying, oh, they're going to identify as animals. That's a very old homophobic criticism. It's saying, oh, well, gay people who want to get married or want to be in a gay relationship, they're just animals. They're no different than animals. That's ridiculous. That being heterosexual or homosexual is fine, all of that stuff. And if someone wants to choose their own pronouns, it has nothing to do with being an animal or choosing to be objects. But nobody's out there saying I'm a cat. Nobody really believes they're a cat, you know. Okay, there's like furry people who like to cosplay and pretend that they're they're animals. But again, they're not, as long as they're not hurting anyone, you know, the line would of course be drawn here, as it is everywhere, with consent. You know, not assaulting people. But if you know, the people that are furries, they know they're not animals. They're not thinking, oh, you have to call me a cat or a dog. You know, it's a large part of that is the human propensity to role play and to pretend and to fantasize. I can think I'm a cat, but I'm not a cat. And again, it's not the same thing. Nobody is thinking they're a cat. You know, it's a ridiculous jump to make, to go from saying, well, you know, this person is choosing these pronouns, and we can't let them do that because this other person thinks they're a cat. You know, who cares? If this person wants to be crazy and think they're a cat, okay, and this channel isn't dedicated to Roblox, so I can swear. Exactly. And a lot of that stuff, a lot of the choosing your own pronouns, changing, you know, having a sex change, being trans, being a part of the LGBT community, a lot of that stuff is just as much mental health as it is emotional health, right? Because there's a lot of people that have to, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, have to deal with a lot of bullying and criticism and judgments because they don't fit into this very narrow gender box, you know. We used to call them tomboys. I don't hear that term as much now, but it's a woman that's a little bit more manly, right? Maybe she plays sports. Maybe she likes, you know, she has bigger muscles. Maybe she dresses like a boy. She doesn't, which is like, you know, shorts, jeans, and a t-shirt. She doesn't wear dresses. She doesn't fit into that feminine box, right? It's the same kind of thing where the society in general, each generation has their own kind of idea of like, well, this is what men do and this is what women do. And all of that is being shattered, which is good. I mean, it's been changing over time. And, I'm getting distracted because I'm reading what Rizzler's saying. It changes over time, and I think it's good for our society to become more accommodating for people, for different people. Personally, I'm fine with my I mean, I can't imagine how terrible it would be to feel like you were a girl in a boy's body, or a boy in a girl's body, or to feel like you're to feel inside your body literally like your gender or your idea of yourself doesn't match how you feel. And I think that I'm very lucky, you're probably very lucky too, that you feel like those things line up. And it isn't that way for everyone. And it's okay to be open to that conversation and to be accommodating of people who feel like they need to make those changes so that they're not depressed and they're not anxious and they're not suicidal. That's the other thing is like, you know, gender affirming care, you know, first of all, happens for men and women all the time, boys and girls all the time. I mean, any boy who has like a testosterone deficiency, and I think the most famous one that I know of is Messi, right? Do you guys know about Lionel Messi, the big soccer player? I'm pretty sure when he was signed by whatever football club he was signed by when he was like 11 years old, he had a growth deficiency that required him to get HGH, human growth hormone, injections, and it actually helped him to you know, overcome that I don't know what to call it, just a deficiency in his development, and it helped him to develop his muscular system and all that in whatever would be considered like a normal way. And that's gender affirming care. You know, any girl who gets a breast implants at 16 is a child, and that's gender affirming care. And girls do get breast implants. It's the same thing. But as far as people changing their sexes, you know, having a sex surgery, You know, people do that because, you know, the alternative to that is like suicide. You know, these people are on the verge of killing themselves, and that's something that they have dealt with for a long time. They've gone through the process to actually have a sex change surgery is very lengthy and very there's a lot of like psychology, psychological evaluation that goes into that. And so those people don't just wake up one day and say, I want to change my sex. I mean, it's a long process to get to that point. And I'm never going to do it because that's not me. You know, I don't feel like I have those issues. But I support someone else's right to do that. Yeah, go ahead and get a sex change surgery if you want to. It does not impact me at all. I don't care. If it's going to increase your quality of life, go for it. You know, that's who you are. And I think it's good that it's good that the society is becoming more aware of these things. Never mind the fact that transgender people have always existed, you know, that for as long as there's been record keeping. My favorite story of a trans person is Tiresias in Greek mythology. And you know, I was going to end my stream 10 minutes ago. See, I just can't stop talking about it. I can't shut up. And Elite keeps giving me good responses. You all do, actually. Elite is just talking about this stuff, but you guys are all having good combo. You know, God, there's so much more I just cannot respond to, or this is never going to end. But the story of Tiresias in Greek mythology, and you can look this up on Wikipedia. Yeah, Tiresias. I just looked it up. This is not how I spelled it, though. The story of Tiresias in Greek mythology is that he was a man who was walking through the forest one day, and he came up, and again, this is mythology, this is religion, this is a symbolic story. And he comes upon these two snakes that are copulating, right? They're having sex, they're reproducing in the forest. And he has a staff, and he takes his staff and he sticks his staff between these snakes, and it transforms him into a woman. And so he lives his life as a woman for 7 years, and again, after those 7 years, he's walking through the forest and he comes across two snakes that are reproducing, and he sticks his staff between them, and it transforms him back into a man. And the story is relevant because one day in Greek mythology, Zeus and his wife, what was Zeus's wife's name? Was it Hera? So Zeus and his wife are arguing about who enjoys sex more. And they can't agree, you know, the whatever their disagreement is. I think whatever. I think they're both saying like their gender enjoys sex more, and they say, well, let's get Tiresias to let's ask him because he has actually lived as both a man and a woman, and they get him. And he answers the question. He says the woman enjoys sex more. And for some reason, this pisses Hera off, and she strikes him blind. She blinds him, and then Zeus gives him the ability for prophecy, and as a compensation for the being blind, gives him the ability. My mom's asking me if I want food. Anyway, that's that story. But anyway, yeah, I mean, trans people have always been around, and it's not new. It's not a new thing. Elise says, I didn't say anything about gay people. That's a real thing. I'm saying letting people truly believe they are different gender and becoming complicated, detached from reality, with believing they are animals. Also, about 1 in 3 furries report feeling not 100% human, with a small fraction, 8 to 14, meant this in a physical sense. It's not nobody. In fact, it's a lot of people. So I think that the difficulty in accepting that people are going to be trans, the reason I bring up gay people is because it's a spectrum, right? It's all part of that same conversation. So, you know, you accept that gay people are real, but you don't think that people should be able to change their gender. You know, fine. What I'm saying is that there is a certain percentage of the population that genuinely feels that they were born into the wrong body, you know, sex-wise, and that that it is life saving care for them to transition. And if that's what somebody wants to do, then I have no problem with that. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect society. It's not a bad thing. There are no negative effects on people. In fact, the regret rate of like knee surgery, like the trans surgery, the actual regret rate of having a transgendered surgery is like 0.1. It's like incredibly low. It's like 0.1%. It's like it's such a small, abysmally small percentage that people that have like knee surgery have like a 30% regret rate, right? It's like such a insignificant percentage. Like the vast majority of people that change their gender like are very happy with that change, and I think they should be allowed to do that if that's what they want to do. As far as like letting people truly believe their other genders, I think it's the same thing, right? It's a spectrum. Like if I like, it's with me, like I say that my pronouns are she them, you know, are you gonna call me that? You know, you don't seem like the kind of person that would, and I'm not going to lose any sleep over you not doing that. I don't care if you use my preferred pronouns. I actually think it's amazing that we're living in this time in human society when we are becoming more differentiated, right? The point is, whether we're talking about pronouns or trans people or gay people. All right, see you later, Egg. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. If we're talking about these different things, the point is that I think we're getting to a society that really is able to be more creative and more innovative because we're letting people be themselves. And there's energy that comes out of the human body that gets stuck. And again, this is why I really like talking about abuse that people suffer when they're children, because there's energy that gets stuck in the human body by trauma and by and which, by the way, like and by abuse, which I still think that people being and really at the very fundamental level, a good definition of trauma is, or I don't know if it's trauma, but anyway, a good definition there is like basically a person that can't be themselves, a person that is rejected for being themselves. And so if someone else, you know, maybe they were born, and also you should look up this stuff. You know, I feel like you haven't really read about this stuff. I haven't really read about it as much as I want to, but look up what it means to be intersex. I mean, look up what percentage of the population is actually born with both reproductive organs, both male and female reproductive organs. I mean, it's not the point. A big point of this conversation is that these things aren't as clear and clear cut as we have thought and we have treated it in the past, and that you know you can educate yourself and you can learn about, well, you know how many people are actually born with both, you know, male and female reproductive organs, and then the doctor kind of decides when the child's born what that child is going to be. There's information out there about that, and I think that, you know, you would enjoy having that perspective. And so that's what it's about, is that not fitting into in lots of different ways, not fitting into not having to be the way that the society tells you to be, you know, that you get to choose your life and you get to choose how you express yourself, and you get to choose, you know, and of course, again, it's a spectrum. So that includes, you know, are you going to have piercings and tattoos? I mean, it wasn't that long ago when people were like, you can't have tattoos because that's dirty, or you're a criminal, or you look like a criminal, or you look a certain way, and judging you based on that stuff. Well, you can't have purple hair because that's weird, right? Who cares if someone has purple hair or blue hair or tattoos or piercings? You know, does that make them less than? Does it make them inferior? And it goes back to that dichotomy that I was talking about earlier in religion. Well, you know, we're the kind of people that don't do that kind of thing. Those people over there, they're perverted because they have purple hair, or they choose their pronouns, or like whatever you want to put in there. And it's this dehumanizing that I think is inherent in human development that really has to be addressed, to recognize that, actually, yeah, you can change your gender and do your job just fine and be a person just like everyone else. And you can love and you can care for people and you can contribute to society and you can give us new things that we haven't had before, and we can advance and we can progress, ourselves at a rate that, and this is what I truly believe, that a society that can encompass those kinds of changes and can allow people to truly be themselves is a society that is more advanced than one that says, no, you have to be this religion, you have to have this haircut, you have to have this hair color, you have to be this way. Right? Because it's this outer dictation of who the person is. Who are you to tell me who I am? Who are you to tell me, and that's what I think is so awesome about the pronouns. Who are you to tell me what my pronouns are? It's my life. They're my pronouns. I get to choose what they are. I get to choose how I look. I get to choose if I have a big beard or not. And again, I mean, even right now on Earth, there are societies where it's like, well, you're really not considered masculine unless you have a beard, which is so stupid. Like, you can be just as masculine with a beard as without one. All right, I'm going to scroll down and see what you guys have been saying. That's why the movement's called progressive, exactly. And that's what I would call myself. More than a Democrat, more than a liberal, I believe I am a progressive. My main goal is to progress the society. I believe that we are capable of more health and wealth and progress and things that have never been possible in human history. We are capable of that stuff now more than ever before. And this is why I'm against, the kind of the point of view that you're presenting there, where you're like, well, we shouldn't really let people choose their pronouns, because that is a roadblock to progress, in my opinion. Thank Red Zinnia. Appreciate the positive words. Little Kit Kat. Shout out to you. All right, guys, I got to wrap up the stream because I got to get dinner. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This stream went way longer than I expected it to. And there will be more content like this. This is basically what my channel is going to be about. It's going to be these conversations. So if you guys like talking about this stuff, if you like giving your opinion, again, there were plenty of people in here who were like, yeah, I don't agree with you on pronouns, or I don't agree with you on who you're voting for. I'm supporting Donald Trump. That's fine. I don't care. I don't agree with you on your economic policies or whatever. Great. I have to get smarter to be able to argue my position. So I don't mind you disagreeing, because it makes me debating 10 tedious YouTubers about LGBT rights. Bro, fire video, man. That would pop off. Everybody would love to watch it. But anyway, I know there's a lot of you that said stuff that I didn't respond to. I tried to talk to everybody. I'm so sorry. I do really feel bad about it. Pedro said, you're more handsome with the beard. You more handsome with beard. Thank you, Pedro. I know I'm good looking with it or without it, man. Progressive movement gets a lot of hate for trying to improve society, but I think a lot of younger people align with progressive movement. Well, Nico, the thing with the progressive movement is that the younger people are more progressive always, and we can talk about why at a different time, but that's how society improves. It's always the young people fighting for change. And that's the way it's always going to be. Someone said, what's your opinion on a kid being trans? Look, I think that I'll just give this as my last take on it, because there is a lot of conversation around this. I think that decision is between the child and the parent and the doctor. I think if, a child is like, so, and again, my understanding is that it really doesn't happen. That if you look at the actual numbers of children transitioning, like people under 18, it is an incredibly small number, and it is only to save that person's life. And I think there are a lot of people that wait to transition until they're adults, and there's a lot of psychological conversation that nobody is allowed to just walk into a doctor's office and say, I'm trans, change my gender. It doesn't happen. It's not real. There's a lot of fear mongering around that. And there's a lot of conversation to be had around the class war and the culture war that is being fought there between the rich and the working class, that I think controls that dialogue. Anyway, yes, I'm reading the chat. You guys are enjoying it. Thank you so much. and you have positive things to say. The one thing I do want to leave y'all with is if you enjoy the content, tell your friends. Get people that are not in the community to subscribe. They don't have to watch the videos, but I just need subscribers. I need to get as many subscribers as possible. We need to get as many people in on these conversations as possible. And I think we're going to have some really, really cool content coming up. So, no, you cannot be racist. I will ban you. So anyway, I'll read y'all's names one last time. Sidial, Elite, Z-Sifty, Last Laugh, Nico, GDA, Dayam, Bad, RF, Pedro, Bullet Warning. Oh, we're not going to raid either, guys. I'm just going to end the stream, so no raid today. Wall, CK Happy, 2 Raphael 2, Carlo Jimison, Egg Brains, Stellar, Debo, Liquid, Tarky. Be sure you guys are subscribed as well, please, if you're not subbed. Hit the sub, hit the like on the stream. Jordan State, Frosty Galactic, Tactical YT, Liquid, and Small Little Man, Little Kit, Cat, GDA, yes, RF, okay, I think that's everyone. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, no video tonight because I just did the live stream all day. But I will definitely make a video tomorrow, and I'm going to do my best. And also, by having these conversations, I may make a video about that, I'm definitely making a video about my pronouns, why I chose she, them pronouns. That's going to be a video. And hopefully I'll do a better job of expressing myself and like really laying out what I like about it, you know, why I would choose pronouns besides he, him. Because come on, how boring would it be if I was just he, him? Like, I was already he, him, you know, I want to be something else. But I can make videos about the stuff we talk about. So yes, definitely videos this week, and I will see you guys soon. I feel like I'll probably do another stream on this channel before the weekend because I literally don't do anything at all. I've been doing nothing. But yes, I will see you guys. Bye. Have a great night. Talk